Bonjour, hi, cute freaks and brats. It is Wednesday, July 22nd, the United States and Canada. This is a show called What Chaos from the Sports Interaction Studios in Boston, Massachusetts. My name is David Bean. I sit beside Pete Blackburn and holding it down in the city that's a drivable distance to the city of a 70-millimeter IMAX. It's Sean DePaz. Sean,
Can't confirm.
Buffalo feeling itself these days?
Buffalo? Why would Buffalo be
Rochester?
Yeah, because you can get to Rochester, and you don't have to live in Rochester, but you can get there.
that is a good selling point of Buffalo, New York. It's not Rochester.
That's one of my favorite geographical things when they talk about a place and they're like, and it's close to this other place that you would rather be.
That's New Jersey's entire brand. That's the state of New Jersey's entire brand is either we're close to New York City or we're close to Philadelphia.
Well, no. I mean, New Jersey has the can do the New York thing without doing all of the New York thing. If that's more your speed. Yeah, I don't know. New Jersey's got that had a little more stank on it towards New Jersey than I would expect on this show.
How about Connecticut?
No.
Yeah. I mean, Connecticut is Connecticut is the country's
sucks.
punching bag, and
No, it's not. Connecticut does not get thought of outside of New England.
no, it
It's New
does. Yeah,
England's
no. If
punching bag.
anyone needs to make a joke about a state, they go for Connecticut.
Not outside. No one out here thinks of Connecticut. I promise you, most people around here, if they're picking a state to make fun of, it's going to be New Jersey.
Okay. No, I would say the Northeast punching bag is Connecticut. I've never heard anyone be like,
Yeah, it's the
New England.
it's
the
the
lowest
state that
hanging
nobody
fruit.
in New England wants to claim.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's definitely New England's, but outside of New England, no one thinks about Connecticut.
And I mean, if you're using I never feel too confident I'm winning an argument, but if we're even narrowing it down to tri-state, like the tri-state area, and you're thinking of a state that gets guff as like, oh, a little pat on the head, you're going New Jersey over Connecticut?
Yes, because no one. I honestly think if you were to ask most people outside of New England what the tri-state area was, they'd be like, it's New York, New Jersey, and like Pennsylvania.
So
Like they wouldn't even think of Connecticut, is what I'm saying. Like they don't use Connecticut as a punching bag. They don't get brought up at all. New Jersey is considered the armpit of America, quite literally because it is in like the geographical armpit, if you like, of America. But it also sucks.
let me ask about
There's like three good places in Connecticut. I think we've been over
Yeah.
this. Like New Haven, awesome for pizza. Mystic is beautiful. Stamford, a blast.
I haven't been enough places in Connecticut to say that with authority, but
Those are the
like,
three
who
that I
has
can
fun
think
in
of that are
Connecticut?
really redeeming qualities.
I don't want to go to like the tired tropes of Connecticut, but yeah, if I'm hearing somebody in the Northeast make fun of a state, and maybe I'm just in my Northeast bubble,
You keep
isn't it
saying
usually
Northeast.
Connecticut?
It's not North. It's New England. There's a
New
difference.
England, yeah. He's probably right.
It's
New Jersey definitely gets a lot of flack for just being like a shitty state.
but like New Jersey is going to make fun of Connecticut, and New Jersey famously is not. I say the Northeast because I want to include the tri-state area.
I can't speak for what the people of New Jersey do because they're people from New Jersey. So I genuinely don't know. Like they have to pick on somebody. So if they pick on Connecticut, it would make sense because hurt people hurt people.
Pete, did you say
They get
Weehaw
hurt.
for good Connecticut places? Weehaw, I've had some fun in West Hartford. This is going to be the pro Connecticut show, the only place that isn't beating up on Connecticut, or I guess completely ignoring, as Sean would say. Pete, what's on the show today?
Today on the show, let us discuss here to stay. In parentheses, concerning. I would say that we're going to talk about people who just won't leave, both endearing and derogatory.
Okay.
Because you got Connor Bedard, you've got Jason Robertson.
Yep.
You have Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Odyssey.
couldn't be Odysseus. that guy had to leave.
The guy didn't want to go back. Famously,
Didn't want to go back.
he didn't want to return home.
I think that he wanted to, but he was just
Tell that to Charlize Theron.
Theron. Why do people say Theron? People got in his head, man.
Okay.
I agree that like eventually he had a lot of trepidation. I'm diving into
know
these
enough.
books though, so I'm learning more. What's that?
He didn't know enough of what was going on to have a want. He was still trying to figure out whether or not, like, who he was. Once he figured out that he had a wife and kids, then he wanted to go home.
His wife left him
And Calypso,
in his mind.
Calypso seemed like a good hang too. Like, didn't seem like really like Kathy Bates. Calypso was not. You know, it didn't. He didn't feel like he was actually being held prisoner until. But I don't know. Maybe there's shit in the books that we're missing here. I'm trying to catch up.
We got Who's Bad. We're going to talk about which teams have really improved this offseason, which ones are bad.
Yeah, about the Michael movie again.
Yeah, so it's still Sean and I still have some leftover Michael thoughts. We're gonna get out here.
Okay. We're going to talk about Ducks Hometown Remix, and we're going to give you a drawing courtesy of DJ because this guy's sick of seeing incorrect concept jerseys.
It's
purported as leaks.
Yes, it's not that I'm getting mad about incorrect concept jerseys, but that's fun when people are like, "Hey, what if it looks like this?" You text to your friends, "Oh shit, what if it looks like this?" What's really fucking me is posting it with like, "Here is the leaked jersey," and it's
thank you, What Chaos,
and then
show.
being like, "Well, What Chaos did this? Very good." All right, you're looking for at DEEEE, and we're like, no. None of that shit. And then I comment on them and I say, just a heads up, this is not a picture of the actual jersey. And some people are like,
that's
thank
not what you do.
And then
Yeah.
you do, this is not it, exclamation point.
But that's
Yeah.
not in a like, this is not it. I'm saying like, this isn't it. Like, this isn't you're making it sound like I'm saying chief at the end.
I said this in the group chat. I just feel like there's going to be a point where somebody's just going to be like, well, then show us the fucking jerseys, but like you can't.
And that's what's annoying because I'll say like, this isn't it. And shout out one of the accounts that's been doing it has been like, cool. We had a little chat and was like, hey, sorry, I didn't want to put you in a bad spot. But like, hey, like we've shared what we feel we can share about this, what we're confident sharing about this. And then when someone's like, okay, so then it looks like this, and you say no, they're like, well, then what does it look like? And you're like, I've shared what I feel confident in sharing.
Young Gritty pointing meme. A comment of the week last week was somebody who commented on the Hometown Remix YouTube jersey that we YouTube video that we posted and was like, who are your sources? I was just like, brother, that is not how sources work.
Yeah,
that's my
They're
favorite.
good.
That's my favorite consequence of the stunning lack of media literacy that has swept the Western culture is the name your sources. If you had real sources, they wouldn't be anonymous sources. I've just what a place we have come. We have gotten to a society.
And
the
people
best, man.
people in power will say that shit, and I'm like, you know, to anyone smart, you're being so stupid, but you're banking on people who aren't smart being like, yeah, if you had real like I love Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's done that a bunch where he's been like, state your sources then. No. Then they won't have sources anymore.
And finally, Cersei on my CC podcast is the final item of the day.
Yes.
It's a big this is a big Greek mythology couple weeks for us.
It
This guy's
is
reading now.
I was
got him to
gonna
read
say,
fiction.
I enjoyed when you got into reading and became like I fucking read guy. What's this, Sean?
I had an idea. I didn't want to interrupt you, but an idea just popped into my head.
Give it to me.
To get you into video games, you play Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh,
We've got a Greek mythology video game. If you're into it, this might be the perfect opportunity to capitalize.
when you proudly became a like I'm mowing down books guy, I was like I just can't identify with that at all. And I'm reading my first fiction book, and all I want to do is talk about it with people. Like I'm going to doctor's appointments being like, you know, Cersei's dad was fucking the animals. You think my cholesterol's bad? Cersei's dad was fucking the animals. Okay?
To be fair, there were people. There were people in there.
This is before Cersei started. May contain spoilers of the Madeline Miller book, Cersei. But yeah, man, I got books around my apartment about all these fucking things, these people. So I'm just gonna with apologies to the Patagonia guy whose biography I was reading, taking a little break from you, Yvonne. I got to learn about Cersei. So we'll talk about Cersei and CC, et cetera. Yeah, people in the chat drag me for it being my first fiction book, but we'll get to that. Let's begin with Jason Robertson. The Jason Robertson saga is quote unquote over-ish. He signs a 1-year, $12 million contract with the Stars to avoid arbitration that will walk him to unrestricted free agency. I would say about the lamest outcome of this Odyssey so far, shall we say?
Yeah, but I'm a little glad that that both teams lost, or both sides lost here.
Go on.
Like,
I don't know if one of them lost.
Jason Robertson gets less money than he was hoping for, and less money than he could have gotten factually, objectively. Was offered $15 million per year for the next 8 years. Ends up with $12 million. But his goal presumably is to cash in with free agency on the table next year, unrestricted free agency.
Yeah, I think that he's giving up like $3, $4, $5 million this year to quickly make it back next summer.
That's assuming that he's going to have another year like he did last year, which was a career year. It was the perfect time. It was the perfect time for Jason Robertson to cash in based off of how good his production was last year. There's certainly no guaranteeing that he's going to end up with those numbers last year. And I don't know. I'd feel real bad about turning down $15 million over 8 years.
I think I might as well. That was what the offer was from Seattle?
From Seattle, yeah.
It was, or was it even higher? Maybe. I think somebody. This all seems like it was forever ago, even though it was probably within the last month.
Well, there's so much other shit that happened.
Yeah. I agree that you want to be signing that contract now. I guess we'll wait and see how much money he'll ultimately lose. I mean, I think that teams are still going to have a lot of cap space next year, and depending on who actually makes it to unrestricted free agency, I would say that so far it seems like he's a pretty good bet too. There's a chance he's the only guy that can, in 3+ years now, to hit free agency that is like a franchise changer. So maybe he still ends up getting that or more.
Yeah, we'll see. Correction, it was not a career year. Thank you, Eileen. Career year was in 2023. Had more goals and more points. Apologies. But there's also there's nothing to say that he won't find an extension with Dallas mid-season because he's eligible to sign January 1st. And after everything that's happened this offseason, it does seem pretty clear that he would prefer to stay with Dallas.
He tipped his hand so badly with that Seattle shit. Like, I think that ultimately, what, Sean?
No, just I don't I agree, but I was just gonna I don't think not wanting to go to Seattle necessarily means you want to stay where you are. I think a lot of people don't want to go to Seattle.
I mean, this was pre Carlson offer sheet too, so this was like fuck me up daddy money that was being thrown at him, and he didn't take it. So I remember at the time being like, you know what? That's a little check in Dallas's column there if they're playing hardball with him or whatever. But it didn't feel like they were playing hardball with him because they were like, we want to give you, I don't know, 12, 13 million, like whatever. And he was like, no, more. Doesn't that sound kind of familiar though? It sounds like if you listen to the Friedman podcast with the Caters, it kind of sounds like what?
Adam Friedland?
What? What's that?
Adam Friedland?
Did I say Friedland?
No.
Okay. The Friedman podcast with the Caters.
The Friedman podcast is why it made me go there.
Spoilers for those who have not yet heard. Not much Kyle on it. Kyle intros and outros it, but it's an Oops All Elliott edition. But they're talking about, Ducks were aggressive. They were like, we want to give you this, we want to give you this, we want to give you this. And they were just like, my guys, we can't do it. We're just going to wait until we can maximize. So ultimately, my guess would still be that he ends up in Dallas. But if not, I don't think he ends up costing himself much money because in free agency, he would get a mega bag now that the market has somewhat been reset by Karlsson and by Bedard even.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's not the outcome that he wanted. Maybe it is. I don't know. At least not in dollar signs. Getting a year to free agency is pretty huge, and that is clearly something that guys have on their mind this offseason right now because Bedard is signing into free agency. We're hearing that maybe some other younger guys who are in their RFA negotiations are trying to negotiate their way to the first year of unrestricted free agency. That's not entirely surprising with the cap going up and sort of the quote unquote dying of free. Does this encourage you that free agency may not be dead?
Yeah, this is hope for free agency.
Right.
I don't think I'm just not betting on anyone getting to free agency anymore. But
People are trying.
But
they're positioning
someone
themselves
is
to do it.
Trying to. Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned, Leo Karlsson, Connor Bedard. Bedard signs for 5 times 15, and I saw some reaction kind of similar to the immediate reaction of when McDavid signed for 2 years at a low number, and everyone was like, whoa, that's a great contract. And you're like, it doesn't feel amazing if you're a fan of the team. If I'm a Blackhawks fan, I'm very excited that Connor Bedard remains on the Blackhawks, but that was never a question. He wasn't a real threat to be offer sheeted because Chicago really would have matched anything that was thrown his way. And with the injury thing that happened this offseason, I think it was just so unlikely he was going to get offer sheeted because there was too much uncertainty. I hate the 5-year term if I'm a Blackhawks fan. And it goes further to RIP that second contract being, it used to be 8. It still could be 8 in this case, but it's eventually going to be 7 once the new CBA kicks in. But the RIP second contract for young stars being a max length thing. Aaron Portzline in The Athletic says that an 8-year term is not likely for Adam Fantilli. Hope is for a term between 5 and 7 years, which would take Fantilli into his unrestricted free agency years. The most likely it would seem is 5 years. So the strategy has changed from, you're going to give me a lot of money when I don't have as much experience? Fuck yeah, I'll take that. All these guys are realizing, you know what? Leon Draisaitl probably should have wanted to hit free agency after 5 years instead of after 8, or Connor McDavid or Nathan MacKinnon, or McKinnon actually. Did McKinnon do 8 years on the second deal? No, he didn't.
I feel like he did a very long-term deal that was, I could be wrong there, but I think that he did a long-term deal where I was like, Jesus, dude, you're going to be the most underpaid player in the league for 6 years.
Tavares did that, I remember. So he did. Yeah, I think he's only done 2 contracts.
McKinnon's contracts?
Yeah. McKinnon,
he started at 3 times 3.78, and then he signed a 7 times 6.3 million from 2016 to 2023. And now he's got his 8 times 12.
Wait, his first contract was making him 3.78? That was his entry level deal?
Yep. Entry level deal was 3.78, and then he signed for 6.3 or 7 times 6.3 million.
Yeah, so that was the long-term one, where he was super underpaid for a bunch of years, 7-year deal. So that's
I'm
still
seeing it
very
now.
long-term.
Shout out Puckpedia. I just
underpaid
figured out how to
again.
use it.
Do we
Said
think
he's
that
underpaid already again?
Mm-hmm.
big time? Do we think that the Leo Karlsson contract thing resetting the market was a little overblown now? Because but I saw people being taking a victory lap that Bedard only signed for 15.
Yeah, I saw that and just kind of bit my tongue because I don't want to jump in and start actualing people when the ink is dry, and I actually don't know if what I think of it is correct. But just my initial read on that contract was fear as a Blackhawks fan.
And I think that's fair. And I think that the Karlsson thing was a little overblown in the sense that the contract had to be ridiculous, and everybody recognizes that contract was and is ridiculous, and that's how you potentially win the player in an offer sheet situation.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily like now this is what good players make, like all the time. It has pushed it forward. Like it has scaled up what players make.
It definitely, like that was going to happen at some point. Right. I didn't think that it was going to happen with fucking Young Gritty with the emojis. You're killing me. I didn't think it was going to happen with Leo Carlsson. And if it did, and that's why when people were doing like match talk and everything, or I was like, we know what the number is now, but this was never a number that we fucking dreamed of. We were like, he's going to get offer sheeted for $15 million a year, which is what Connor Bedard straight up ends up signing for on a shorter deal. So like maybe not overblown, because 5 times 15 for Connor Bedard at the beginning of this offseason is fucking bonkers, Phil. 8 times 15, you're like, whew, man, that's crazy, but fuck, do you want Connor Bedard or not? You get him for 8 years, I get it. 5 times 15 for Connor Bedard was not in our that was not our dojo. That was not our that was not where we were existing.
Do you feel any better about it if you're a Blackhawks fan, or just you right now, that like all of his comments from his camp, from him directly, is that like never considered going anywhere else, just want to be in Chicago, here's what I'm taking?
Well, he shouldn't have considered going anywhere else because he could not go anywhere else. He was a restricted free agent with a team that had not only cap space, but this is an important thing with offer sheet chat, money. Chicago Blackhawks have the dough to match whatever was going to be thrown.
Could have gone shorter if he did want to consider going somewhere else.
No, not really, because then he would have been a restricted free agent again.
Yeah, but you can be a restricted free agent and get a potential offer sheet.
Yeah, but again,
1 times $20 million.
Yeah,
offer
but
sheets.
yeah, again, you're in the same spot where it's like the Blackhawks, and there, I think you're like, this gives you plausible deniability that it's the longest you can sign for while saying I'm getting out of here the second I can,
or just cashing in as big as I can.
I mean, this is a perfect contract if you're Connor Bedard, because I could see him being worth $15 million at some point in this contract. Like, it's not the $18 million for Leo Carlsson predicament.
Who else are they paying?
Exactly.
Well, I guess the answer is Bowen Byram.
Yo,
that is the answer there. But I mean, it is also like a fairly palatable window for finding out what this team is going to do with you as the centerpiece.
Paolo says Kane signed a 5-year contract after his rookie deal. That's when that was still happening, though. Like, I think the 8-year, if memory serves, and it could be Oilers bias, like, I think the go 8 years at a fucking crazy number thing started with Draisaitl.
As far as I remember, yeah. Like, in terms of, like, take a little bit of a gamble, and hope that it ends up being a deal at some point during the duration of that contract.
Right, and there was like a 2-year period where every time that would happen, people would gasp, and then once that passed, and a lot of the guys that had signed 8-year contracts by like year 2 looked like, oh, that's like the best deal in hockey, then it became commonplace. Now, I can guarantee you, like, next year, guys aren't going to be signing 8-year extensions because they won't be able to. But it is trending in it's very interesting that you bring up, like, is free agency dead? Is unrestricted free agency dead, or is it getting new life?
Yeah, it feels like we could be just in like a resetting point for free agency where nobody's going to it now, but we're setting the table for the next, like, this is where all the money is thrown around stage of free agency, like real money for the first time, I guess, like in the scope of what we know free agency to be. Players are getting like buku bucks right now.
Yeah. 2 years, McDavid can be a free agent. Matthews can be a free agent. A few years later, Leo Carlsson, Connor Bedard.
It feels like we could be just like free agency 2.0 loading at some point down the line.
Okay, we're buying unrestricted free agency stocks. I feel like they could
They've
not
dipped
be
huge. Yeah,
They could not be lower. You boys in?
buying the dip.
Yeah, buy the dip. Yeah.
We're buying the unrestricted free agency dip. Connor Bedard getting there as soon as he can. Leo Carlsson getting there as soon as he can. I don't know if people know this, but McDavid is actually on a short-term deal with the Oilers. Austin Matthews, man, free agency is going to be crazy. We're going to have we're going to buy up. We're going to fucking, this is before he was president. We didn't like him. We're going to Donald Trump the fuck out of unrestricted free agency, buy up all the unrestricted free agency land. In July 1 of fucking 2031, we're going to be living like kings.
Here's the second part of that question. Do we want free agency to be back? Because this summer has been more interesting than anything in recent memory. And it's largely been because everybody knew free agency was going to be dead on arrival.
Yeah.
I had seen a quote from a director or a movie writer or something like that before, talking about how people don't know what they want. They think they know what they want, but then when you give them what they want, they're like, oh, well, I've gotten what I wanted. Now I don't, what am I supposed to do? What they really want is they want the want. They want to. So I like being in a place where it's let people keep thinking free agency is going to be good, because that's what's exciting. It doesn't matter if it actually is.
It also it forces teams to be creative. The absence of free agency forces teams to be creative, and I think that's when you get to see some of the wild, insane shit like Philly tried to pull. You get to see teams be sort of establish themselves as being more willing to be aggressive, like a Florida Panthers. And then you just get to see the lazy teams who aren't willing to be creative, like the Detroit Red Wings. And then they're like, you don't want to be creative? Cool. You're fired, Steve Yzerman. So, yeah, I don't know if I want free agency to be back, but I will buy the dip. I'll buy the dip.
Okay. We're buying dips. We're buying the dip in unrestricted free agency. I wanted to just quickly show whenever these contracts are signed where it's the player's staying, but it's got implications. I rush to see how the teams announce it, because whenever you sign a player, you got to be he's back, or he's not going anywhere. And in the case of, I couldn't find anything for the Blackhawks. I saw their fans celebrating, but I didn't see a kind of braggadocious announcement from the Blackhawks. They just posted a video of Bedard being awesome and being this guy's pretty sick. The Stars with Jason Robertson. Did I send you those, Sean?
Yes.
Okay, given me. So they did, let's run it back, Robo. And it's a picture, it's signed, Jason Robertson. Then I cut it off, but at the bottom in the smallest letters it says.
What is that font, by the way?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
In the smallest letters, it says 1 times 12. He's going to unrestricted free agency next year. And then, my favorite one, the Ducks, you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. I think they played this one pretty conservatively.
Except they lit him on fire in that
Yeah,
graphic.
true. But they did 5 more years of Leo and a here to stay thing.
He is. It's factually correct. But it's
I don't know. That guy's getting traded in year 3.
The part that's missing from the Ducks thing is just the gun that was being held to them.
Yeah.
In order to give him that contract.
Yeah. I would say that these both could have been worse. In terms of the
way that they're
if they of really celebrating the
the Dallas one I get. I honestly do get, because it had gone on so long and it had been so dramatic and so messy that a lot of us arrived at the conclusion incorrectly that this was just over and that Robertson was going to end up getting traded and that something was going to happen there that was a lot more spicy than what ends up happening. And you called it the most boring outcome. It is probably the most boring outcome, but you keep the player. And for Dallas, that's what really matters, especially when you're in this window that they are trying to compete and they're trying to contend for a Stanley Cup. Keeping Jason Robertson's huge.
Yeah, and I like let's run it back too, because it's not it's not like a super loud megaphone spike the football, like, fuck yeah, our guy, whatever, because then people are going to be able to respond, okay, he's gone. I would say like behavior grade on let's run it back with a, it's a 1-year deal thing is kind of perfect behavior.
Yeah, and they just kind of extended their window. They've extended their negotiation window. They've got time to figure it out later, kick that can down the road. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But for the social media manager and the people running these teams, sometimes they're put in a position where it's like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to say?
You
have
point
to
out
pretend to be excited about it.
You did point out, right, that the Leo one didn't have the money on it.
Oh no, did he? I missed that.
No, it was
not. No. It's
a 5-year contract.
Yeah, it says 5-year contract.
Bottom,
Any
the
more
bottom
details?
of the Robo one does have the money on it.
It says
just
1
cut off,
times 12.
This one, they're like, wait, we got him. Don't ask for how much though.
5 years. That's just a totally random number that we both picked together. It's all good.
We collaborated on this one, folks.
Yeah, I think Stars. Stars, well done. Ducks, you're kind of fucked no matter what you post. Like if they just said like matched, we move on.
It's just fine, I guess.
Yeah.
The Blackhawks did post one, by the way, of Bedard.
But if they just did like a straightforward, wait, what did it say?
It was like
extended from draft night to his first goal and every moment in between. Here's to 5 more years of 98 in Chicago.
Very wholesome.
That's like a Valentine's Day post.
I mean, there's an actual heart on it.
Yeah, that is big time.
Wrote him a love
here's
letter.
an anniversary post for me and my wife.
I gotta say,
that's big time. Ask ChatGPT to write an anniversary post for me and my wife.
I'm out here excitedly looking for like keeping our man, match made in heaven, blah 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 blah. And I think these teams are being pretty careful to. I mean, these like who the fuck are we? These are admins who have had every potential dart shot at them. So I'm sure that, and that's why it blows our mind when sometimes people will post like super tone deaf things that you're like, you had to know you were going to get roasted for that.
Pat McAfee.
Yeah, oh my God. They're probably trying to make these as roast proof as possible while still having to be like, we have to tell our fans that we signed this guy.
ESPN laying off a bunch of guys and then Pat McAfee waking up the next morning and being like, everybody hates me. I'm going to drop an album. It's like crazy.
That is such fucking weird behavior with the shitty AI thing.
It's like I don't necessarily blame Pat McAfee for ESPN just wanting to give him every dollar that they have and build the entire network around him. It's not really his fault. He's not forcing him to do that. But not reading the room and waking up today and being like, check it out.
You don't think that might have been on purpose? The whole point of the whole album was people don't like me.
I think that
was the whole rollout. And then somebody was like, this sucks. And he quote tweeted it with the title of the album and the date again. Like, I think that was very intentional.
I don't necessarily think he feels bad for it, but it's also not his fault. So when people like blame Pat McAfee for ESPN's strategy, that's when I'm like, maybe you're being mad at the wrong people.
Do you, to people who don't know what we're talking about, Pat McAfee announced that he's dropping an album in August, and as Pete said, he does it the day after ESPN lays off a bunch of people, and everyone's saying, well, they're paying this guy, what, $60 million a year? This is gross. I am most offended. Well, first of all, I feel bad for anybody who lost their job. I very much disagree with ESPN's model of we are going to prioritize very few people on huge money deals. I mean, like, fuck, like I'm an Oilers fan. I like that they've got like 2 guys that everyone can agree is great, but
they haven't won any cups building it around that.
Yes, exactly. And it's not to say that like I wish they didn't have those 2 guys, but I'm saying like there's more than one way to build an empire. And I think that the way that ESPN manages theirs right now makes them unlikable.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't put the talent that they're building around in a position to succeed, because you're asking Stephen A. Smith to know everything about like every sport that they cover because they're throwing them on every program and just bleeding him dry.
Yes. What I am most annoyed by, other than how ESPN has managed its employees, is there is like one of the two fonts that's used on AI Slop. And McAfee announced his album with like an AI Slop thing.
Is it? Do we know that? I mean,
I can tell. Yes, I can tell by the fucking font.
I mean, it could just be a font. It could just be a font choice.
That could not be AI. Actually, I saw that. I saw the. There's like a scribbly kind of font that's used on all AI Slop things, and the second I see that font, it's like when people see the gentrification font on an apartment or a house. And it's just like, immediate turnoff.
Yeah, we just got to be careful as to calling things slop or
when
AI
they're not,
slop when they're not necessarily.
That is my... So Young Gritty says barstoolification equals and shitification. I don't know, like, are they barstoolifying?
I would say it's like
Barstool kicks people out when they're going to make money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they if people are outpricing themselves at Barstool, they just let them go. That's why McAfee is at ESPN.
Oh, yeah, like literally.
Yeah, he was at Barstool. He wanted too much money and wanted to go independent. He did. And then ESPN picked him up. So
famously, ESPN kind of hates Barstool. And Barstool kind of hates ESPN, which makes that comparison funny.
Barstool retains talent, though. Like, they keep their talent, like whether it's big or small, for long periods of time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like Dave Portnoy, but I would say that for the most part, he's pretty loyal to his own. At least
big
on
time.
From the
sometimes to a fault.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, he said that this is so mean, but he's so mean to his fucking employees. The way that he talks, like he definitely like quote unquote takes care of them and keeps. Like he said that the reason he was like worried about getting fired by ESPN was that he was like, I had a vision of walking down the street in New York where they've fired me and all my stock has vested. And I'm got all this money, and I'm walking down the street, and Nate is homeless. And I'm like, you don't got to name the employee by name that you think is going to immediately fall on hard times.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a million different things that have been said in the way that some employees have been treated, but that's just like, to a certain extent, when you have that knowledge, that's something that you're signing up for when you work for Barstool.
Well, speaking of companies and good ones, you know that we are proud members of the Nation family. And Nation Gear, which if you don't know about, it's the Levelware Nation kind of collab that's very sick. We've got some of it. The new era of Nation Gear is here, introducing the Nation Gear X Levelware Off-Season Social Club Collection. Premium lifestyle apparel designed for whatever the off-season is going to throw at you. Whether you're hitting the golf course, grabbing drinks with friends, heading out for the weekend, or just repping the community that you're part of, this collection was made for it. Dress it up, dress it down. Get up, as Blanco Brown would say. This is more than apparel. It's the lifestyle beyond the season. Join the club now at nationgear.ca.
We have Levelware stuff. I know it's the end of the read there, but we have Levelware stuff, and it is truly fantastic.
Oh yeah,
it is straight up so comfortable, and like when we got our boxes from our like gift boxes, they accidentally sent one that was like way too big for me. Classic, and I ended up giving it away to one of my buddies. My buddies was like, this is like unbelievable shit. It's like Lululemon quality stuff.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's like premium. I have a black Oilers shirt that I love. That it's like it's one of the higher quality items in my entire collection. Dom Luszczyszyn. Now I'm fucking myself up.
Luszczyszyn.
Luszczyszyn.
Listen,
I also
certainly don't know.
apologize,
I
Pete.
spelled his.
I snapped
all
at you
respect to
for
that man.
Charlize Theron.
You did.
I did. Well, yeah, I don't know.
It was an appropriate correction.
It was, yeah, but I didn't.
The tone was a little snarky.
But I was like, it's fucking Theron. Why do people? What? That was mean to me, and I apologize. What were we even talking about? That
Charlize Theron.
Yeah, probably. We were talking about Calypso.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, well, no, we'll get into Odyssey chat in a little bit, but Charlize Theron, I thought was fucking good in that movie. Shoot me, everybody.
Apparently, you're both wrong, by the way, about the pronunciation.
Thrawn?
Apparently, it's more of like a Thrawn. Yeah, South African.
Yes. Yeah. Wait, Theron?
Or Thrawn, like Thrawn. It's not, there's not like, it's like a one syllable kind of thing.
Oh, interesting. I know that she has battled Theron allegations, or has pushed back against it. But maybe she's got a little Amanda Seyfried, where she's like, I'll fucking tell you what it's not. Anyway, let's move on.
Amanda Seinfeld.
And you're like, so cool. Which one is it though? She's like, it's one of the 55 other ones. Anyway, Dom put out a comprehensive look at which teams have improved the most this offseason. And he does little like net add subtract things based on players that were signed, players lost, I shall say. Nashville Predators, most improved. A net rating added of plus 27, thanks to the additions of Maverick Bourque, Ross Colton, Jack Drury, Nils Holander, Alexander Kerfoot, and Rangers second. Makes sense. Got Pavel Dorofeev, signed Oliver Bjorkstrand. That was a good get. Washington Capitals, they're freaking random asses, just still doing God's work. Maple Leafs at 4, rounding out the top 5 is the New Jersey Devils. Reason I wanted to bring this up, though, boys, and it's an alarm I've quietly been sounding this offseason.
I knew this was fucking coming. As soon as I made the graphic, I knew this was coming.
Of course, that's why. Of course, that's why we're doing it. Dead last with a net rating lost of 15, your Buffalo Sabres. And I'm not saying like, yeah, the Sabres got worse and everything, but this was a concern of mine throughout this Yarmo is cooking off season, which is, the current team is fucking worse and maybe quite a bit worse. Dom's model has them as the most damaged and most washed team of the offseason.
I mean, I feel like but at the same time, that's very obvious. They lost one of the only players who hit free agency or I guess was about to hit free agency and everybody expected to hit free agency. And we were like, damn, they're going to lose him because he's pricing himself out. Exact same thing applies to Bowen Byram, who is just going to price himself out of Buffalo at some point. And they did well to get out from under it at an extremely high price point and maximize his value when there really wasn't a future with him staying in Buffalo. So yes, they got worse, but at the same time, they did well not to keep Alex Tuck, and they did well not to keep Bowen Byram for what it was going to cost. And now they are banking on players getting better who probably should get better. Consta Helenius will be awesome. Zach Benson is a really young player who continues to develop. Jack Quinn hopefully will continue to develop. Owen Power, big step forward for him last year. They took a chance at a low cost on Olin Zellweger. I do think that two things can be true. The Sabres have obviously gotten worse this offseason based off of what they got last year from established people. And they were also very smart.
Yeah. But that was how I felt about, I guess it's a underrepresented voice of, but they're worse right now. And I'm just glad there's some text that, and I could see based on their young guys being older and more experienced, I could see them being awesome again this year. I think they're still a playoff team. I hope that the experience of last year lets them make an even deeper run. But after the Byram trade, I was like, wow, like that's a big loss to not get any immediate help back or any big immediate help back. They get a defenseman from Chicago in the deal, but like all of the things where you're like smart, good, I would have done that too. A lot of them added up to, but they're worse in the here and now. And that's why being a general manager is hard, because you have to be willing to lose some trades, or you have to be willing to say like, fuck, this contract might bite me in a few years, but I just kind of need a Band-Aid right now for the next 2. So I'll sign this guy that maybe I don't actually want long-term. They really kind of push their chips in on, we'll take a step back right now because we think that in 3 years' time, we're going to be a lot better for it. So I don't know. I think that it's useful to have something that says they're worse right now. But they're not the only team I want to talk about. If you have more.
It's hard when you look at that and you're like 32nd. They got the most bad this offseason. It's no. I would not agree with that.
It's hard
they have not had the worst offseason in the NHL.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to look at that and look at it as like power rankings or something. Mm-hmm. And you're like, yeah, I mean, you know who's really low on this list? The Colorado Avalanche, 29.
I was gonna say
that does make sense.
Like, they got a lot worse. But what does getting a lot worse mean when you were head and shoulders better than everybody in the regular season last year? Which is another thing that you can apply to the Sabres in the East. Go ahead, Sean.
Well, no, there's a handful of things. Like, first off, my response to this when I saw it was the same response I had when you brought it up the first time. It's like a massive who cares, because hey, the season isn't started yet. So like they're worse now, but they're not playing hockey right now. There's still plenty of time for that to change. As Dom pointed out in his article,
Sean is the guy who beats up Dom and stuffs him in a locker and says, "Shut up, nerd."
No, I was gonna like, if you actually read what like Dom wrote beyond the thing, like he talks about how they are set up to be like, it doesn't matter that they're worse. They're in an incredible position to get significantly better, and like,
yeah.
Them getting worse doesn't mean bad, because if they're getting worse from what they were in the second half of the season, that's them getting worse from being the best team in the National Hockey League. So they can take a step back. And like, I don't know. The thing that scares me the most about it is what he wrote, being like, they got a lot of the players are going to take a step forward, which is a philosophy that this franchise relied on several times in the past couple of years and has not worked out for them. But I just think the franchise has made a massive like kind of 180 from what they were at the beginning of last season. So if this roster looks exactly like this when the season starts, I'm going to be concerned. But talk to me when the season starts, I guess, is where I'm at with the Buffalo Sabres.
Stop whining.
I genuinely
hope. No,
I don't know if I would
agree
be
with all that.
I don't know if I would be that concerned about the team looking like this when the season starts, because
like,
be worse.
Saying if they do, or if you're concerned that they aren't going to look like this, or you wouldn't be concerned if they do look like this?
I wouldn't be concerned if they do look like this. I think there will be there's going to be probably a lot of growing pains, and a lot of like, man, development is not particularly linear, but again, like, I think this is what they needed to do in terms of keeping themselves flexible moving forward.
Here is Dom's write-up, by the way, because I did want to get that in. Let's start here. The Sabres are very well situated to rise above losing the offseason. On paper, the Sabres lost the most value. Tuch and Byram are very good players, but they're also one of the best equipped teams to solve those problems internally. Up front, there are a plethora of options poised to take a step that can absorb most of Tuch's loss. Zach Benson, Josh Doan, Noah Ostlund, Konsta Helenius, and Jack Quinn all figure to improve, and if they can all jump a goal or two, the Sabres will be okay. The return of Yuri Kulik can't be ignored either. As for Byram, a lot will ride on whether Zellweger can step into a top 4 role and whether there's more growth coming for Owen Power. Both seem perfectly plausible. The Sabres will probably be worse next season, but it may not be as much as this estimation indicates. Even without Tuch and Byram, Buffalo is still a strong playoff bet for next season. I agree with all that.
Yeah, Jack. Yeah. I like Jack Quinn, but we've been doing this thing for like 3 years now. Like the Jack Quinn has been in the when they take a step this year, this team's going to be awesome party for like 3 straight seasons.
But famously, I was like that's how I viewed the Buffalo Sabres forever, which is like, this has to be the year they make a step, or what? Or next year can be the year they make a step. Like, they're not gonna, there's no actual expectations on these fucking guys.
And like for Quinn, it does make sense to like actually play that record again this year because Tuck is gone. So like there's more opportunity there.
Absolutely.
I mean, I love all the Sabres young players. So I'm not even sure that there's going to be much growing. Like Constantine was one of the Sabres' best players in the biggest hockey that they've played in over a decade. Like,
I think this is a bad time to buy Constantine stocks while we're doing stock chat because based off of what we've seen, the stock should be high. Like you're buying it at its peak right now.
Yeah.
But Helenius,
I've owned.
If Helenius does not rock, I will be shocked. I'll be shocked.
Hats will be eaten.
Yeah, for
Big
sure.
time. Yeah, like when we talk about Connor Hellebuck, it's like, okay, the trade is 1-for-1.
And I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, and it's a fucking goalie, not doing it.
Yeah, I would be terrified to trade Helenius. Like if we're saying any Hellebuck chatter, that most of the time a trade package is including Helenius, and I just wouldn't do that if I was a Sabres.
Absolutely the fuck not. I think almost anybody on the team, not anybody, but like if you want Merca, I'd be hesitant about Ostlund too. Other than that, I think the young guys are all.
No, they can take
fair
Ostlund.
game.
Sorry, I was gonna say, can we see the full screen again? Because I just want to see some of these numbers and see what jumps out in terms of surprises.
The Kraken being 0 is fucking awesome.
Perfect.
So
That
funny.
is awesome.
Ain't a
so
damn
funny.
thing changed.
There's
There's one team that screams at me on this list.
for good or bad reasons.
For bad.
Okay, hit me.
Yeah, obviously we're only doing this for to say that things are bad.
I will say, looking at the Devils have flown under the radar. I think the Devils have had one of the best off seasons of any team in the NHL.
Get that Markstrom contract out.
Mantha at a really good price. Like they just got depth guys, which they needed. And Mantha, Rodriguez, like they got some pretty quiet but good work.
And they're not this model and this exercise famously does not factor in value, by the way. So like there are teams like the Leafs are 4th, and I'm still kind of like, that's all you improved. You did. You spent so much money and did so much shit. Like I would think that the Leafs had the easiest path towards being the most improved team by like a mile. Just get like 4 good guys.
They just had a bad team and signed a bunch of bodies.
Right, exactly. And like the Sharks are 9th, Julianne Moore-Voice. And a lot of people have been critical of how they handled their defense, which I'm not one of them. I still look at the Sharks and I'm like, boys, you're looking pretty nice.
No. We're going back to the two things can be true camp. This Sharks defense is better than it was last year.
I like that defense,
That's
boy.
because it was fucking atrocious last year.
They got some
and the
ass
way
kickers.
that they've chosen to commit money and years and term is not good and not smart. So like, 1, you're better, yes, but 2, you could have been better by doing literally anything.
Dude, I like already miss Darnell Nurse. Darnell Nurse, like 9th place Norris loading.
How do we feel about the Nashville Predators once again winning the offseason?
Fuck yeah, brother.
This time, though, I do think that like it's winning the offseason endearing because like they didn't just go out and throw a shitload of money at the 3 best available free agents out there.
Right.
Which is how you win the offseason, but also put your team in a bad spot.
McFarland
Winning
doesn't play
July
like that,
1
though.
never works out.
Yeah.
This is actually going out and getting like Maverick Bourque, Ross Colton, Jack Drury, Nils Höglander. Those are guys that are like under the radar, pretty good bets.
Jack Drury made so much sense. He seemed like such an easy offer sheet candidate for me. And they go out and they trade for him instead to avoid all that mess. Real good. The team that screams at me, well, I guess there's a couple, both Pacific Division teams. Vegas Golden Knights are quite low on there, but that makes sense to me because they lost Keegan Colasar. I kid. Shut up.
Stop whining.
They lost Pavel Dorofeev and Keegan Colasar, among others. What if it just says, like, this is largely due to them keeping Rasmus Anderson?
That would be the best.
They got worse because they kept a player. No, the other one that screams at me, though, is the Ducks are 30th on this list.
I mean, the Ducks,
What a shit show.
The Ducks, to me, have had the worst offseason in hockey.
Which sucks because I fucking love the Ducks, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really glad that they were able to keep Leo Carlsson. I'm very excited about his future continuing in Anaheim, but the greater body of work for the Ducks is absolutely ass this offseason. In AJ Greer on a bad contract, in Jeff Malott, in Nick Jensen. Sure, like those are fine moves, but then out Mason McTavish, Jeffrey Viel, John Carlson, Jacob Trouba, Olin Zellweger, Radko Gudas. Their list of outs are all significant players. And their list of ins are like, I fucking guess. And one of them is one of the worst contracts given out this offseason.
Yeah, horrible. And Carlson is going to be, man, I don't know. I've just like fallen in. I've just become like a very big John Carlson guy in his old
Late
age.
stage John
Yeah,
Carlson.
I have like
appreciator.
late stage John Carlson love.
You said Carlson. I was like, I thought you were about to say I become a big Leo Carlson guy. I was like, welcome to the fucking party, I guess.
Yeah.
I
I can fucking see. I'm covering up the chat because I know that Young Gritty has to be fucking hammering the
Yes,
pointing
he is.
emojis right
Can
now.
confirm.
And it would make me laugh too hard. But I looked at the screen and he still had it up there. Whatever.
Oh, also, yeah, I hadn't considered, not included in this list of like bad offseason developments for the Ducks. Troy Terry is going to miss 6 months with hip issues, and those aren't easy to come back from.
Stop whining.
No, that sucks.
The Ducks,
God.
the Ducks got that train rolling and then immediately derailed.
I mean, if I were a Ducks fan last year, I would have been having a fucking blast. You've just got young guys. You've got a player who you've got. What's my man's name? Not Daniel Radcliffe. Who's the guy from Social Network?
Jesse Eisenberg?
Other guy.
Andrew Garfield?
Andrew Garfield, the guy that abstained for the conscientious.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge. You just got Troy Terry just fucking hacksaw ridging through an 82-game season.
I mean, maybe he got injured because he threw one hit.
That is good. Those are
Just got too physical.
those
out
are the
there.
guys who get when, like, if you are not a physical player, don't try to be physical.
Speaking of Mason McTavish.
Washi, that was the player. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
Tim Washi, yeah. Tim Washi sounds like the name of somebody who would like run as a VP on a losing ticket.
It just makes me think of Tim Watley.
Jill Stein's VP.
Yes. Tim Washi, handshake Jill Stein.
Tim Washi, who is the like Amy Klobuchar. I miss what
Insert random Democrat primary.
what's Klobes up to? She seemed like, and this is not political. She seemed like such a douche in debates, and I was like, "Fuck, I think that's my candidate."
I'm pretty sure she's still in the Senate. Yeah, she's still a senator from Minnesota.
So speaking of Mason McTavish, sneaky team that like is not really jumping out on that list. St. Louis Blues. St. Louis Blues, where are they on the list?
They're -7. They're 24th, -7. They caught me off guard being there
big
a little
time.
bit.
Like that, I feel like the Blues might sneaky be pretty good.
Well, so it's funny that's your reaction.
That's pretty big.
Kyrie's pretty
Because
big, but like just wasn't fucking working there. Like I understand why the model would have them as losers because you lose Kyrou, but I like what the Blues are doing.
Okay, I'm learning the chat. Klobuchar douche chat is accepted among the chat.
Oh yeah, it's establishment down. Nobody likes those people.
Okay, good. Yeah.
When I was making this graphic, I saw that the Blues were -7, and without looking at like the explanation or the moves or whatever, I was like, damn. I feel like they were trying to do something this summer, and that can't be a good like feeling to see is like -7. I thought we got better, which like again, like you said, I get that the actual moves probably aren't very, the model's probably not very friendly to them, but it did strike me that they're like, I thought they were one of the teams that had a good offseason. But again, I guess the Sabres are a similar like quote unquote did good things, but are obviously worse. So
I mean, there are teams that like Oilers are a pretty big they got worse team, which I don't know if I don't think they got that much worse, but I respect and am happy with this Oilers got worse representation thing because I've become a Darnell Nurse truther in that, like, don't fucking call him bad. I think that he's like the biggest player of consequence that was involved in the Oilers offseason, added or subtracted, and they lost him. So kind of makes sense to me that you would say they got worse. Also, Jack Roslovic, who I forget who it was. It might have been Dom, who was like, this player is the literal definition of mid. But still, that's like a sneaky little loss there. Kings at 23rd, a minus 6. That's not so bad when you lose Kopitar and you're only a little worse, according to this thing. I'll fucking take that if I'm a Kings fan.
Yeah, I'm not excited about the Kings.
I was
no one's ever.
Matt Zuccarello is a big ad. I like Matt Zuccarello a lot.
Oh, you're repping the Armenian
I'm watching
Kings.
the Armenian Kings thing. I thought you were going to notice that earlier, but yeah,
Inch best, that's my dude.
Kings, yeah, that.
Trying to do the kiss of peace right now.
Potentially.
Christosi Mechmed Netsov, and then you say Ornyala Hybnuchun Christosi.
It's actually pronounced Theron.
Yes.
It's actually
Armenian.
pronounced
Well, she's
Tron.
Armenian.
I looked up a video, by the way. It's she says it's like Tron.
Tron.
Yeah, it's more of a. It's like it is one syllable, and it's much more of like a Tron sound.
So don't say Theron.
Or Theron.
Calypso on my Tron podcast.
Don't say whatever the fuck else you think it is. Also confirm. Tron. Oh, man, we're going to let's all start bringing up her so often. So I was watching Arrested Development, and did you know that woman was played by Charlize Tron?
Tron.
Just to get them to correct
Saying
you.
it like
Tron,
a computer voice. Tron.
Charlize Tron.
What I was going to say, by the way, is that the Kings make me sad. And if I was a Kings fan, I'd be like, wow, I'd be sad.
Yeah.
I would feel very
That's fair.
like lost.
Bruins, Mike Felger made this list. Bruins -2, middle of the pack, and it's because it says why did they trade more for JJ Peterka?
I was going to say because they added JJ Peterka.
Or than the I mean, in JJ Peterka, Will Borgen. I always forget about Will Borgen. Out Arvidsson, Peak, Korpisalo. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I would not consider that a negative differential.
Yeah, I like the Bruins offseason.
Yeah, same.
And they got
Victor
who's
Arvidsson,
our guy?
man.
Who? What was the guy that they?
Morgan?
Got? Oh, they got a tall guy who doesn't do shit. They got a prospect who's tall and like doesn't speak any language or something like that doesn't have. Like is blind something like so
he has my birthday, right?
Oh, I think so.
Or no, the guy that they got was short, who has my birthday.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I forget.
Right, but has like, I think it was just like doesn't have any statistics whatsoever, but is tall, and the Bruins are like,
fuck yeah, brother.
That is good. We will absolutely take it. Okay, well, congratulations to the. Here's a question: if the Predators win the Cup, does Nick Saban's name go on it?
Probably.
Does Saban put his whole family on
I
it?
mean, actually, minority owners are not getting spots on the Cup.
The people that actually spend money on the team don't get shit.
That's fucked. Okay, shall we? You know what? We'll give you Ducks Hometown Remix. Okay. We talked about the Ducks Hometown Remix jersey, I think months ago at this point, and we gave a description as to what the general gist of it was. And the gist of it was that it is the modern Ducks logo with District 5 colors. And I think that was the extent of the conversation. We're all very excited about it because that looks amazing. And we've seen what it looks like, and I'll say probably my favorite of the Hometown Remix jerseys. Like
Same.
we've looked at some of these and we are gaga about this shit. And at the time, people made some renderings as to, okay, so does it look like this? And it was like, not quite or whatever. And for a little while, I was like replying to tweets being like, well, then what's off about this or whatever. And so somebody eventually got it pretty close. And that's not the one that has been making the rounds. So there's like one that kind of has it that has not been making the rounds. And there's one that does not have it that's been making the rounds. So I figured we'd give a little more clarification and give one of, everyone likes these drawings so much. They're all so happy when they see the drawing. It gives you all of the detail, like any sort of embossing or bezeling or bedazzling. You could just see it all right there from the drawing.
My favorite part of the Oilers discussion that we had talking about the thing was me saying I liked it. And out of context, it makes me sound like I like the Oilers jersey when I was saying I just liked the mock-up drawing that you did and the quality of it. And then you're like, well, what about the jersey? And I was like, oh, no, it sucks.
I think you're going to like this drawing. Sean,
Okay.
you've seen the drawing, right?
I've seen
yes,
the drawing.
yes.
You see my drawing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll give another description before we get to the drawing. So, District 5 colors.
Can you explain what District 5 is? Because you say that every time, and I don't understand.
I will say,
Like, what
we've already
is
explained this
District
to you. We've already explained
Well,
it to you,
okay,
Sean.
yes. Well,
We're
it's not so
listening.
much
Stop
for
whining.
me. It's not so much for me. I get it, but like I don't understand. I get that it's like Mighty Ducks thing, but like
Yeah.
what is District 5?
In the Mighty Ducks, the movie franchise, the Ducks team plays in District 5 in wherever, I think it's
Okay.
Minnesota. They play in District 5, so they're called the District 5 Ducks.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that I did not know. I knew it was a Mighty Ducks thing, but I didn't know exactly what District 5 was.
Yeah, Gordon Bombay got pulled over for drunk driving in District 5.
That okay. Well, see, I knew the drunk driving part. Didn't know the municipality that he was caught in.
Okay.
Not to be confused with District 9.
Yes.
So, District 5 colors, which is a green base. The stripes are that purpley blue, shall we call it, whatever that is. The gold. Eggplant? Yeah. Okay.
Jade and Eggplant, I believe, were the...
That's how they...
That was like when the Ducks were the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim.
Yeah, but that's not what these colors are.
Okay.
Yeah. No, like the like Mighty Ducks where it was like white. Yeah. No, not
Gotcha.
that. That's like a straight up purple. I'm talking. Do you have a?
I have a District
I
5
think you have
jersey.
you got a D5. Hit me. Oh yeah. So you see what I'm talking about? I'd say this is like a purple.
Yeah, it's purple.
And I don't know exactly. What I saw seemed a little more blue, but maybe my eyes were funky. But yeah, so that's like what a District 5 jersey looks like. So you're getting the green, and the bottom stripes have the purpley blue, the gold, the purpley blue, the black, and then sleeves, you're getting more like purpley blue, gold, purpley blue, black. You're getting purpley blue. I think this purpley blue keeps going, and then you got the little gold trim.
You just call it purple.
Shoulder patches, yeah, and then you're just like purpley blue, no crest. Just it says purple across it.
In blue font though.
You're not getting there's the one that's making the rounds has like a bunch of stripes here and shit, and it's like a two-tone thing. None of that shit. You've got the webbed D, I believe, in gold and with purpley blue shit. Here and here. And I think that's about it. Sean, you want to show the drawing? So that's what we think it looks like. Okay.
Did you draw that duck mask?
Yes.
This is truly unbelievable.
It was some drawing. It was some tracing. It was, if you do straight tracing, it's going to look kind of bad, or it's going to look too good. Yeah. I straight up drew that. And I know a big point of question that Ducks fans have been hitting me with is what's going on with the Ducks logo. Like how are they coloring it to make it District 5? What's the triangle going to be? What color is the eye in the mask?
Is the eye gold?
I've got gold there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of shocking.
And maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's what I've seen, and that's what my truth is.
I feel like regardless of whatever color the jersey is, the eye has to stay red or orange based off of every interpretation. Yeah, that's okay. Yep.
Yeah, that is
surprising.
I'll say letters, by the way, current letters with gold and
a purpley blue.
Yeah, wait,
it was gold with a purple outline, I believe, the one that P had.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
But I think that the current Ducks lettering has like a bit of like a
drop shadow.
Drop shadow. Yeah, this has that going on, but it's just consistent with these colors. So that's what I think and have seen it looks like. Please, anybody, do not AIify this and put it on a player and make it seem like it is a first look or a leaked picture or whatever. I'm not saying credit us, use what, like that shit I don't fucking care about. We've put it out there and it's out there now. But just don't put any fake shit out there and
you can
gum up the waters.
Don't put fake shit out there if you want to. Just don't say that we told you or said that was the jersey.
Yes, exactly. So
I did love Young Gritty sent a thing in the chat yesterday, which was like somebody sharing the exact drawing that you did and was like, here is what Chaos's like rendering of what the jersey looks like, and Young Gritty was like, DJ, please respond to this and say, not it, not
Wrong.
it.
No, please.
Your own drawing.
Please distance us from this. How can we be untagged? No. Boys, what do you think of that jersey?
It's awesome.
It is like
It's gonna be so
perfect.
good. I don't know if it's perfect. I'm gonna need to see it in action, and I don't love the blue, or I don't love the Ducks D logo, the Ducks.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. It's the same problem I have with the current Ducks jerseys. Is when you put a primary logo, although it's not the primary logo anymore, if you put it on the shoulder, it looks like an AHL jersey, and I hate it.
Yeah, and like I think that part of my resistance to that logo is because it was the primary logo of so many bad Ducks jerseys in that era. Like, if they had released that logo with this current jersey and this current look, and that was just like the shoulder patch, I'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's a duck foot and a D. Good job of design. I just cannot escape the connection to a bad era of Ducks jerseys.
Yeah, I kind of like that though. I don't know, like whenever I see the crack bear and stuff on Bruins jerseys, I'm like, I grew up watching some frustrating fucking teams that had that shit going on.
But they had good jerseys. Those were good jerseys.
Oh, you're saying like that was a bad team with a bad
I have
jersey.
PTSD with that logo because of how many bad jerseys were attached to it. The team wasn't always terrible.
Yep.
But the jerseys always were.
All right. Well, I hope everybody likes that. I cannot wait for these things to get announced and put out in proper. How many think we're gonna snarf? How many think that we actually add here?
I mean, I would assume all of our teams.
No,
I mean,
you would be incorrect, Sean. I was going to say, that Bruins
Sean
jersey.
and I are getting you a Bruins one.
I was going to say, Pete, you not wanting a jersey historically means you were going to get that jersey.
I will pray that they are not on sale by the time that we do our season kickoff for jersey gifts.
My nephew does this
already. It doesn't matter.
When he gets excited, I know a lot of kids do that. Like, I was like feeling this, thinking of Young Gritty sending you a JJ Peterka jersey. and it's in the one that you hate.
I didn't even think about that.
Sean,
it's a
I know
JJ Peterka shitty HTR jersey. Oh yeah, Pete, you need it. You need 10.
That would be like in like Hook when I forget someone's stepping up to fight Hook, and Peter Pan's like, no, like he's mine. You know those kind of moments where no, I'm fucking taking this fucker on. That's young gritty. Like spending $250 or whatever to get you a JJ Peterka Bruins hometown remix. It's Sean being like, no, I'm buying it for him.
It's the principle.
Speaking of JJ Peterka, chose his jersey number. It looks like he's going to wear 10, which is so boring.
That's what makes it.
That makes it even better.
I know.
It's the guy. I don't hate JJ Peterka. I really have no negative, but like, he's a truly hilarious character now in my hockey fandom, and it just rocks. And him choosing the most basic ass guy was watching a whole lot of Lionel Messi this summer, putting on hell yeah, man, that rocks.
Well, when JJ Peterka scores 45 goals and I have the jersey, and you thought it would hurt my feelings, I'll wear it proudly.
I bought Bruins tickets, by the way, the other day. I was gonna try to get Bergeron retirement night ones. Those things, hockey tickets are expensive, man.
Those ones got to be crazy.
They were like fucking like even regular games were like I want to say like $400 for like balcony seats. Like Jesus,
insane.
I want to know. I need confirmation on whether or not the Sabres are having a banner night. That's what I want to know because they have tickets out.
Sean, what do you think happens?
Division champions. They have division champion banners.
But you put that shit up in the night.
Yeah, that shit happens.
Okay,
like in the dark.
That's at 7
you
a.m.
expect me to fucking know
construction.
that? I haven't been like a fully coherent human being since like the last time they won a division, so I don't fucking know. And also the Sabres like making big deals out of shit.
They have better banners up there already. So like the case that like if you want to raise we won the division banner, I could see it for like the Kraken who have no real banners up there
banners,
where it's like
that's fair.
This is a big moment for us. We're putting one up there. You can't do it when you already have better banners.
But I wasn't expecting it to be like a Stanley Cup, like let's get all the guys on the ice and put a spotlight on the lifting. But I wondered if there was going to be like it's already up there. You shine the spotlight, being like, shout out, like first game back at KeyBank. We won the division last year. Look at our new banner, and we move on. It doesn't need to be a big like get to the game an hour early kind of thing. I was wondering if they're going to do any kind of acknowledgement.
Okay, want to do some Odyssey chat?
Yeah,
we've already done a lot of Odyssey chat on the Patreon episode. That's more of a full Odyssey type thing. I will give an update. I have seen the Odyssey now.
Are you going to put out a drawing?
No. Yes.
Just put out a drawing of the Odyssey, and then whenever anybody
Here's
talks
what the
about
Odyssey,
it, not it.
That's not it. Don't tag us. Do not tag us in this. Don't. I don't want. I look. If we're wrong on any of the Jersey shit, want it to be because we were wrong.
Yes.
Don't put words in our mouth. Okay. Yeah, it's like a real picture of someone posts the like.
Somebody get these beggars out of here.
No,
not it.
Not how I had it. Mine's a little more pixelated.
Have you seen? Good question. That's somebody who has listened to the Patreon episode. Have you seen all of the Odyssey yet?
That's what I'm saying. I've now seen the Odyssey. Before I had not seen the Odyssey. Yes, before I had seen some of the Odyssey. I've now seen the Odyssey. Okay, saw it as Christopher Nolan kind of intended. I saw it in Limax.
It was made in his image. It was made in the image of how Christopher Nolan intended it.
Limax, as the kids say. I am thinking about doing like a New York trip in probably going to go to New York in September at some point anyway. So you can go get down there and see that. Where is it? The Lincoln Center one, where it's like just an ungodly big screen. Even so, loved it on IMAX. So famously, if you listen to the Patreon episode, I saw it in standard the first time around.
Fucking loser.
Because I'm deathly afraid of people talking during movies. So I instinctively went to all right, I'm going to get a ticket at Alamo Drafthouse because you can't talk there. And then immediately was like, fuck, and then couldn't find IMAX ones. I was talking to a friend of the show, RL, about this. RL saw it the other day in IMAX, and people were talking. And someone was on a, not to be confused with IMAX, iPad.
Oh my God.
Hope I'm not telling tales out of school.
Oh
RL
God.
confronted this person, and it was like a whole fucking thing.
Well, I mean, somebody who is audacious enough to bring an iPad to a movie and use it is clearly an unwell person who is not going to respond appropriately to being told to put their iPad away.
Fuck that shit.
I think the further that you get from like release weekend and the people who are jumping on board with the hype of the Odyssey and wanting to see it, you're probably going to get some bad theater behavior.
Yeah, but you would think though, if you got those tickets early enough, and you were telling me this when I shouldn't have worried to get an IMAX ticket because
that's what I'm saying. The further that you get away from it, it's going to people getting the second wave of IMAX tickets. The first wave of IMAX tickets, you're in the clear because those people were seeking out those IMAX tickets well ahead of release.
Yeah, there was. So I went and saw it with my cousin and my nephew-ish type thing, whatever that person is to me, my cousin's child. And there was only one instance of talking in that theater, and it was me to my cousin at one point. I went after the guy throws I forget what at like the animal.
The guy?
Yes. So I said, Sean Avery.
That's Sean Avery.
And he was like,
throwing a rock at a sacred cow.
yeah. Well, I mean, at that point, like, might as well. Like, their mind had been made up.
Well, not the worst thing that's happened to a cow in that movie.
Correct. And I thought that I thought I deserved better. People are going nuts on the real use of CGI in the movie, and the one that everyone's focusing on is the Cersei scene. So I said
That and the Cyclops.
Cyclops thing is like, that seems like it's a lot of work and that's fucking crazy. But the Cersei one is a little more like, you're fucking telling me you did that? So I said, we don't talk about how malleable, we don't talk often enough about how malleable Sean Avery's face is.
Fair.
Because he's like, that shit is amazing. Like, I hadn't seen or read much or reaction to the Odyssey when I saw it because we all saw it immediately. I've now since seen more like memes, more discussion, and it's just all been a fucking party. I love it. My algorithms are completely, why?
I was going to say, not all the discussions are a fucking party.
Like what?
I mean, there's like, have you been excluded from all of the political discussions and annoying discourse?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. I think that the algorithm gets that I don't want any of that.
All right. Good for you.
Well, yeah, what have you been seeing?
I mean, it's just people complaining about the Odyssey and saying that it sucks because it's like inaccurate or it's woke, and it's just
because Lupita Nyong'o is not Greek.
How fucking lame do you have to be to see the Odyssey and make it political?
Unlike
How
Matt Damon,
fucking
who was
lame.
famously from Greece.
How fucking lame do you have to be to see a movie that cool, that big, that poppin', that much of a party, and be like, this movie's woke?
Didn't you
You know who loved that movie though? Is
Yeah, Ben
fucking
Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro.
Yes,
he
and-
loved that shit.
And Nick
Lupita.
Fuentes.
Is that like Daisy's brother or something?
No, Nick Fuentes is like
baseball player?
No,
Brian Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes. We don't have to quote unquote platform him. It's just like spews hatred.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
it's
if I didn't know who he
far
was
right
and then you
neo-Nazi.
said him, then you platformed him to me.
Okay, sorry.
Watch it. That's one strike on platforming and a strike on each of us for saying platform. We don't do platform chat. We'll platform before we will do platform chat. Yeah, I saw the Ben Shapiro thing. That's like the only like crybaby reacts to the Odyssey thing I saw. But it's just I don't have time to take any of that shit seriously. Where like if you're gonna be mad that it's not accurate, you should have been mad the second you saw that Matt Damon was playing Odysseus.
I mean, you should have been mad the second that this movie was announced because there's no accuracy to be had. It is a mythological
It's a made
work
up
of
fucking
fiction.
thing.
That part too.
You want
And also like as if civilization wasn't such like a mess back then that there wouldn't be like people from different parts of the world like it wouldn't be I don't know, man.
Chat says, wait, can you scroll up to the SpongeBob thing?
SpongeBob thing.
Yeah, it says someone said keep going. The first SpongeBob movie is an adaptation of the Odyssey. Is that right?
Yeah.
So SpongeBob is based on my two favorite things.
What's the other thing? It's Ween.
Ween.
Yeah.
Ween and the Odyssey. It's like the only two things I like.
I haven't watched the SpongeBob movie in a very long time, so I can't say for sure exactly how much of a parallel it is. But I do know that like it is based around King Neptune and his daughter and all kinds of stuff.
SpongeBob is inspired by a nautically themed Ween album called The Mollusk that is one of the best albums ever. And the guy, Steven Hildebrand, was like, I'm making a cartoon about this shit. And it ends up being quite a bit more successful than Ween. That's awesome. Yeah, I haven't seen any of like the angry discourse. More like we talked about the kind of frustration with like people see the movie and as soon as it's done, it's like, all right, I gotta like contentify this. I gotta rank this. I gotta do whatever. And I saw Variety put out ranking every performance in Christopher Nolan's film from best to worst, from worst to best. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. This is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, where it's like, don't do that stupid shit. And then I looked at the list and I saw they had Samantha Morton as Cersei, number 1. So then I just started like texting that to people being like, check this out. This is pretty cool. This is a pretty cool content.
It's just like so classic. I hate this in concept, but now that it aligns with my beliefs, now it's cool.
I am voting for rankings. It had Robert Pattinson second, which again, I don't like any of this shit. And I don't support any of this. What's that?
Second to who?
Samantha Morton, Cersei.
Oh.
Which I think Cersei was fucking awesome, but I think that if you are gonna do like best performances, I think you got to go with like the big dogs of it. Like Cersei had that. That's not to say that Samantha Morton couldn't be like nominated for an award based on this. We've seen people with much less screen time get nominated for much more. But yeah, when I will think of like the big dogs of this, honestly, I'm just gonna come away from it and be like, Matt Damon, brother, I can't say that you're slept on. I can't say that you're underrated. You're fucking
insane.
You are fucking Matt Damon. But like when I went into this movie, I'm like, I know what I've got in Matt Damon. You know, and I know what I've got in Anne Hathaway, and I know like like these things are set, and I'm good with this. But of the like huge names and like leads through 2 viewings, I'm like, damn, Matt Damon, you fucking did that shit, brother.
I mean, I think it's fair to say that this is like a revitalization of Matt Damon because for a while he was just bad at picking roles. Like he did some fucking weird projects.
You've been hanging out with his friend Ben too much?
He did some bad jobs of selecting his movies. Also, would like to issue a correction. It's Steven Hillenburg.
Hillenburg. Apologies.
He almost just fucked it up immediately after I said
Aaron Browns. Yes. It's Hen.
But yeah, I think that Matt Damon, like if you go to his filmography, had a real run of stinkers for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you look into like which movies he chose over roles that he was offered, and you're like, boy, you chunked it. And I hope that he's back on track.
This is just you. This is just fucking downsizing. This is just all based on downsizing.
It's not
Hung
all.
Chao also took that gig.
It's not all based on downsizing, but downsizing is one of like the worst movies ever.
I'm looking. I got to click off this list, man. They got, first of all, they have of the eligible actors on it. They've got Tom Holland last, which just fucking wrong. If you don't love Tom Holland, whatever. Tom Holland was good in this movie. Benny Safdie, second to last. I'm impressed with Benny Safdie because Benny Safdie was handled perfectly in this movie, which is, for some reason, Benny Safdie is playing the most badass motherfucker we can imagine. Yeah. How do we make this shit seem like he's a badass motherfucker? And that's the greatest use of like no CGI in this movie.
Benny Safdie?
They did all that they made Benny Safdie the fucking most intimidating Agamemnon without being like, what the fuck? I'm not intimidated at all.
It's because you couldn't see his face. Although, like, Benny Safdie does have like a face that is scary.
He can have like a creepy face.
Well, I would say he has a hard time escaping.
Yeah,
it's not to face shame, but that guy's face is scary as shit and so creepy.
And like,
not to face shame though.
Not to face shame.
Mia Goth, it says 15th. It's got Mia Goth 15th, and it's got Anne Hathaway 4th. And like both of those characters, I would say, fall into a similar like, well, what did you want them to do kind of thing. Like they didn't have much. Like a lot of Anne Hathaway's work in this is like listening to other people talk.
Yeah, but
shit.
I mean, I also said this on the Patreon thing. Like, also Anne Hathaway carried so many of the emotional like high points of the movie.
I disagree with that. Like the biggest Anne Hathaway scene, because in the Patreon episode, full disclosure, I was like, I didn't think Anne Hathaway was given enough for me to come away from this being like, oh, like, wow, like exceeded expectations, blew me away, whatever, greatest performance. Like I thought Anne Hathaway was like hanging out, has the big, like, I want Odysseus scene with Tom Holland, which is like, I personally didn't love, but her best scene was when Odysseus is telling her like Odysseus is back, and basically is on the receiving end of all this, and all of the dialogue is Matt Damon. But
I mean, I think that's the best scene, but it's not discounting what Anne Hathaway does in other scenes. Like, yeah, her best scene is that she's listening, but she also has a lot of other scenes in which she's speaking and delivering like emotion that are extremely important to the movie. And I would say that like her role is the most crucial in its performance.
I don't know. I would have to think about that. I don't know about that, but it wasn't like a blow me away performance from Anne Hathaway, which isn't to say that she was bad, wasn't to say anything. Like, I didn't think anybody in this was bad. So people are coming away from it being like, oh, Tom Holland shouldn't have done this, or like, you were kind of out on John Leguizamo in this.
Just as distracted.
Okay. I thought that John Leguizamo was fucking awesome in this. I thought that Tom Holland, I didn't really have problems with. And it gets back to the like, let's turn it into a game. Now that we've seen the movie, let's say who was bad in it, who was whatever in it. And I'm like, I'm looking at this list from Variety, and I'm like, you had a fucking problem with Mia Goth, or you had a problem with John Bernthal? I like that people that this doesn't have Charlize Theron extremely low. They have her 11th. I assumed that people were going to come out of it being like slagging Charlize Theron because it's a bunch of like great actors, and then someone who's had hits and misses with Charlize Theron. But I thought she was good. I thought those scenes with Calypso were awesome.
I thought that was very good casting. I would stay on Charlize Theron Island for as long as she'll have me.
Yeah.
Would you? I don't think you would. Not if you knew the alternative was Anne Hathaway Island.
With the caveat that I don't know my wife is Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, I was gonna say. It's like I know you are the founding member of Antifa. I
do. I mean, realistic
wrong.
that like Matt Damon was like, my wife is Anne Hathaway. Oh shit, I'm going home.
Get me the fuck back.
Get me the fuck out of here.
Also, I think I might have decided that like Robert Pattinson is just like my favorite actor.
Yeah,
That guy rocks.
This
Like
has
in
been
everything.
a very big year for people being like confirmed Robert Pattinson is one of the greats, which he fucking is, man. He's so good in this movie.
It's just truly amazing. Like I genuinely have never seen a movie with worse acting than the Twilight Saga, like the Twilight series. And the fact that that's where he's come from is inspiring, honestly.
I mean, it's
like
also,
you can be dog shit and figure it out.
it's also pretty crazy that the actor playing Batman back to back has been like one of the best actors of a generation. Like that may be like too early to prescribe to Robert Pattinson, but he's trending that way, right? Like if Robert Pattinson's career continues on the trajectory that it's on right now, I think he will end up being like one of the more defining actors of a generation. And like Christian Bale to Robert Pattinson is an insane back-to-back Batman casting.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't give one shit about the Robert Pattinson Batman movie. I saw it.
Oh, I liked it a lot.
I
Same.
kind of forgot about it. I mean, the Nolan ones were going to be tough to touch. My biggest takeaway from that movie, you remember, was that Batman's just like hanging around the police station all the time. And they're like, okay, we got a 20 on blah, 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 and Batman's here. It's like, all right. Hey, Batman. Yeah, we'll get to you in a minute.
But that like does make sense contextually because it's year 2 of him being Batman. He's trying to establish a relationship with the police department in Gotham.
But he's just like hanging out in the waiting room.
Yeah, because they don't want him
Like,
there.
okay, thank you, Batman.
He's not legitimized yet.
We'll get to you in a little bit. Could someone fucking give Batman a lollipop or something?
Oh, I'm incorrect, right?
He was gonna.
Yeah, it was
I think he
not
might
back to back
have
because
erased
because
Affleck.
Affleck was Batman between the two. That's how quickly I forgot about Batman.
Is that right? Is that the order that went in?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bale from 05 to 12. Affleck from 16 to 23. And then
Hand up. That's
Pattinson was in the Batman.
Okay,
It's a big mistake on my
I'm
part.
remembering Affleck in like 2016. I'm not remembering in anything in what did he do in 2023?
I feel like had his Batman had a cameo in a movie.
who? Affleck?
Affleck's.
Yeah, he was in the Superman one. There was like Batman versus Superman.
remember that one.
So I think the reason that I've forgotten about Affleck so quickly is that I don't believe that there are any standalone Batman movies with Ben Affleck.
I think you're right. He does
Because it was
Batman,
Batman versus Superman. Yeah.
So I don't think that there was a Batfleck standalone. And like for
believe
me,
you're right.
that has to be like if you're building a franchise around a Batman, that's like when I consider a Batman actor.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, like Michael Keaton, Batman.
Yeah.
Fucking George Clooney, Batman. It's a bit of a weird one.
I don't know.
But
I think
he's Batman.
Google might have been lying to me. I don't think he did. There is anything in 2023. I think it ended in like 2017. His relationship with Batman.
Sean, you see the original Batman movies?
Like, are we talking Adam West's Batman?
Oh no,
That was
like
a
Tim
show.
Burton, like the Michael
yeah,
Keaton,
but no, I have never.
Jack Nicholson, Danny DeVito, fucking Michelle Pfeiffer, Christopher Walken.
I mean, I know about this Batman era, but I've never like seen any of it.
Oh man, we should do a Patreon review series of those Batman
Batman movies?
'Cause they're
I'll
so
do-
crazy that it's fun to talk about.
I love those fucking movies. Those
Is
are
that
the
like
most.
Jim Carrey Batman, like the Riddler.
The Riddler,
yeah.
that-
Oh no. This is before that.
But I'm saying we should do all
Yeah.
those cheesy era Batman movies.
Yeah, because the first two were not. I mean, maybe you could call them cheesy or whatever, but those are like awesome fucking actors doing some. Everyone overuses the term whimsical these days, but like it's like very whimsical and like extremely like the score is all like Danny Elfman stuff, and it's scary and like those movies are fucking awesome. And then the ones that when I was like Batman Returns was when I was a kid, and that scared the fuck out of me. But then like as I was growing up, they're making the ones like I don't even think I ever saw Batman and Robin.
I don't know if I did either. Is that the one with who plays Robin? It's that like
I think it's like Jerry O'Connell or something. No,
it's Batman and Robin. I forget that guy's name. Chris O'Donnell.
Oh yeah, same thing.
Pretty close, yeah.
Wait, he plays Dick Grayson? Is that who Robin is?
That's Robin's name, yeah.
Damn. Wow. I love those fucking early movies, but I watched the cartoons and shit when I was a kid, but I think I'm pretty rusty on my Batman lore.
Let's get into it.
Never been a Batman guy. I've never cared
Really?
about superheroes really like that.
Man.
Sean, me neither.
Sean, I feel like you'd really like Batman the Animated Series.
That's the good shit.
Maybe. I wanted to watch the X-Men series that came back out, X-Men 97. I wanted to watch that because I heard really good things about it when it came out. But I definitely was also, when I was a superhero person, I was definitely Marvel over DC. I had no time for DC.
I don't know about any of that shit. You got any of the memes that have come out, Sean, from the Odyssey? I sent you a video. I forgot what one. Oh, it was Polyphemus. Yeah, hit me with this one. Yeah, the Cyclops. Yeah, man, Odysseus chunked it there. I think it was very good to establish why Odysseus was pissing his crew off like fucking crazy. Like he was like the scene where John Leguizamo is being tended to or whatever, and Odysseus is back, and he was like, I worked with Odysseus. He was like a real taskmaster. And he was like, but a fair one. And I was like, I think you're misremembering Odysseus. Odysseus is kind of a shithead, man.
Almost an all-time fumble.
What?
Odysseus.
Oh, yeah.
On the outside the Cyclops cave. Almost an all-time fumble.
That was a real drop in the ball before the goal line.
Yes.
You were out, dog. Yeah. You were home
Odysseus,
free.
Leon Lett. Big time handshake.
Was it
Not
Deshaun?
only did you piss off a monster, you pissed off the child of a god.
Yes.
Crazy.
You really fucked it up.
Was it Deshaun Jackson who did the flip at the 1 yard line?
Yep.
Dropped the ball on the 1 yard line? Shit
The first
was
of
awesome.
many to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Odysseus, I mean, Himesh Patel was yelling at him for some shit. And I would say that some of it is like reputation calls, like with how they handled the siren song and the whirlpool and everything. That was a reputation call.
Yeah, but there's certain chunk jobs that alter your view or interpretation of a person forever. And I think that Odysseus almost committing a generational fumble at the goal line versus the Cyclops is going to be hard to escape for the rest of that trip.
Odysseus had a little Captain Phillips to him.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, you're our leader, but you really want to get us killed, don't you?
He was very godlike, and then he revealed himself to be a fucking petty little human. That's tough scenes.
Rage baiting is a good way to put it. He straight up got rage baited.
Yeah, because the fucking, and I mean, also, I was gonna call the Cyclops a dick, but he didn't do anything wrong.
No,
but he
was
absolutely
cool.
did rage bait him. He spit that helmet back out for no fucking reason other than to be like, "Fuck you" on his way out. Got what he wanted.
Yeah, he did. He did like a child burping after like stealing your fucking lunch.
A little spit
I
up.
did like that there was like a sequence there of like of Odysseus causing problems that require his entire crew to sprint off of an island back to their boats under duress. Like there was multiple scenes of that. It was like the focal point of the center of the movie was like they're gonna fuck some shit up on this plot of land and have to sprint back to their boats. I still love the movie though.
I'm gonna make let's fucking make some Young Gritty. Get in on this too. Let's brainstorm some Odyssey memes. Some Odyssey What Chaos memes.
Did you see that the scene with the dolphins was a complete accident?
Yeah.
I don't believe any of the shit that they say after the report that Matt Damon was unaware that there were 750 army soldiers lined up behind Agamemnon.
That shit.
Sorry, not fucking buying it. Did you just take a stroll around the set and be like, a lot of people here. What are all these guys doing?
Famously, the doors were closed.
What are all these guys doing dressed up as soldiers?
You would put it past
lot of
Christopher Nolan
extras.
to do that? You wouldn't like. I could totally see Christopher Nolan being like, "Don't ask any questions. You're living in a box for the next 24 hours, and we're gonna usher you onto set."
And
like,
you know that's going to be the same day or the same like time that they're going to be shooting the scene of them taking Troy. So like those guys are going to be on set to run around and fight guys anyway at some point. So
well, this is just the problem that they have created for themselves by. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that was a big surprise to Matt Damon.
I do like that. It does seem that a lot of the actors have bought into the Nolan kind of mystique or whatever, because like I also heard Damon talking about like the horse scene and them being like, so how are we going to do this? And no one just being like, not really sure, while they're on the island with the horse. And like, we'll figure it out. And like, they're either doing like, no one's either got some shit on them that they're doing this crazy like lying PR or like, I don't know. I think that guy has a little bit of magic in it when it comes to making this shit.
If the dolphins were indeed real, like the ships were real in Dunkirk,
that's what I was waiting to bring up.
If the dolphins were indeed real, I think that like Matt Damon has to have the #1 power ranking on the list of best performances in the Odyssey, because if I'm in Matt Damon's shoes there and dolphins pop up, the first thing I'm doing is being like, oh shit, you see those dolphins? That's crazy. And then Christopher Nolan would shoot me with a gun being like, you ruined a once in a lifetime take for my movie by having that reaction.
I mean, Cranston was able to keep cool with the pizza.
Yeah.
Although when you watch that scene, you can see that like he sees it up there and he's like, finish the scene. Like, fuck.
Get it together.
Be like, nailed that.
I've been wanting to ask, not to potentially rain on your parade because I don't know. Because you said you finally saw it in its intended format. Are you,
buddy?
positive?
I've seen 100%. I ain't talking about 74. Like some of these.
Well, because IMAX screens come in different sizes. So there's a potential that you saw it in IMAX and still did not see the full thing.
Oh, well, I saw
That's
it.
what I'm curious about.
Well, IMAX screens come in different sizes, but are we talking about
I think
like
they're
the
the
same
same
aspect
aspect
ratio?
ratio.
No, they come in. There's two different, depending on locations, there's two different aspect ratios for IMAX screens. It's either 1.4 or 1.9, something like that. It's 1.9. It's 1.9 to 1 or 1.43 to 1. The IMAX 70 millimeter is 1.43 to 1. So there's a potential that you saw it in IMAX and still missed a little bit of the top and bottom.
You might
So
not
then,
see
well,
the whole
Pete's
pizza
in the same. Pete's in the same
yes,
camp then.
Potentially, yes.
Oh yeah, what if you saw Breaking
might not
Bad
see
in
it the
IMAX and
Breaking
didn't
Bad
know about
is-
the roof?
Breaking Bad in standard definition and not seeing the pizza on the roof would be a life ruiner.
Dude, I'm gonna fucking do that. I'm gonna do that scene with like Breaking Bad in IMAX versus standard, and it's gonna have the cutoff. Damn.
I only bring that up because you might need to, and by need to, I mean have an excuse to see it a third time in theaters.
I mean, I'm gonna see it at third. Like that shit still rocks.
Yeah, I might go back
fucking
to
hard.
Rochester this weekend. I need to see it again.
Definitely see it again.
I've never had a desire to see a movie in the theaters a second time, like a single ever.
We are different people.
Yeah, I mean, I rarely watch movies for a second time. That's how you know. That's how I know if I like a movie, if I go out of my way to watch it multiple times.
I saw Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again about 400 times in the theater, and I regret every second I did not spend seeing it a 401st time. That shit amazing. Yeah, so I'm reading the Cersei book now, and I'm like 50 pages in. Started yesterday,
Odyssey.
and I am just fucking flying. That shit is... this is my way into fiction. Like,
There you go.
Got to be something that's already sort of piquing my interest. And if there's a fucking fiction thing about it, give it to me. I'll gobble that up.
I will also say, to get back to the IMAX thing, I don't think I really appreciated. The only movie I'd ever seen in IMAX before that was F1. And that was like a movie I think was worth seeing in IMAX because it's such like a visual and sound kind of thing. But I don't know that, like, I will not accept seeing Dune in standard definition now. And I watched the first Dunes on a plane. But now I'm like, I can never.
That's crazy.
I know. But but again, it speaks to like that. I didn't really have any appreciation for how awesome IMAX was, and now I will never see an IMAX movie outside of IMAX if I can help it. At least not the first time.
Sean, what do you know about Zeus's dad?
I don't know much about Zeus's dad.
Okay, Zeus's dad was this dude Cronus. Well, he wasn't a dude; he was a god. And
kind of the same thing in Greek mythology.
There was a prophecy that his child would overthrow him. So when he had his first child, he took the child from his wife and swallowed it whole. Fucking ate that shit. It's like, that fucker's not overthrowing me. Did that shit 3 more times. Kept getting his wife pregnant and eating the children whole. Just gulp it down. This may contain spoilers of Greek mythology.
5th
child comes. Wife gives birth. Cronus goes over to his wife, says, "Give me that shit." Takes it, not realizing she's holding a fucking rock.
Hell yeah.
Swallows the rock whole. It's
right.
like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, God, I got such a stomach ache now. They get that child out of there. They send him way up high to an Olympic fucking mountain thing to be raised away from his father. He takes a lightning bolt from the sky and is like, I'm Zeus now, okay?
Hell yeah.
Gives his dad another stomach ache with a bunch of like herbs or something. So it makes him throw up. He starts throwing up all of these children whole. The children are like, "Peace, bitch. We're going and hanging out with Zeus."
He didn't even chew?
And he didn't. But like, I guess there's like a Pinocchio aspect to it where like they still have to come out. They still have to re-emerge.
Okay.
Be awesome if all the kids were gay.
You're getting some pushback. Apparently, Zeus's dad was not a god; he was a titan.
Oh,
what
he was
the
a
difference
titan.
is, I do not know. But
Kronos throat
Kronos throat goat. Yeah. But so then they were like, all right, we'll call ourselves Olympians now. And that's how you have all that shit. Some of these.
So that's what the Olympics is based
Yep.
on?
I'm learning some of these parents of these gods really fucked up.
that's why I love Greek mythology. Like, I've always been fascinated by Greek mythology because I think it's one of the few examples of religion in human history where they acknowledge that their gods are not perfect. And if anything, like, incredibly imperfect. And I think that's such a fascinating aspect of that culture that like I said, I think is very rare.
Wait, I got a question. Is a Titan bigger than a god?
I really don't know.
Because somebody in the chat said, can we not downgrade Kronos to a god?
I think
that motherfucker's
Titans
a Titan.
are bigger, like, physically. I don't really
I'm Googling, is a Titan or a god better? In Greek mythology, fucking AI says neither is better. All right, AI. But they represent different generations. Titans are the elder deities. They ruled the cosmos first and embody passive, primordial forces. Gods are the younger Olympians. They overthrew them, and, well, I can guess how this happened. So Kronos was a Titan, and his children were Olympians, and they overthrew him. So Titans are like the old guard.
Okay.
I do like historically how horny the gods are too. Like, all the male gods cannot stop fucking humans. Like, they just keep getting humans pregnant. Or animals, and they'll have like weird hybrid thing. It's like the horniest gods of all time.
Yo, dude, these
I mean, throat goats. We got guys swallowing them whole, no teeth at all.
Nancy Reagan would have been right at home on Mount Olympus.
Titans also have a lot of like Little Mermaid to them, where they see some of that shit that humans are doing, and they're like, yo, I know I'm a Titan,
But I want that shit.
what the fuck is that? Well, you know about Prometheus? Prometheus was hold on.
I do
a
know
second.
that.
You have fire? Yo, check it out. I'm bringing fire to everybody. Zeus was pissed. Zeus put him up on a fucking mountain and had a bird come and eat his like flesh every day. And Prometheus would keep regenerating. New day, new bird. Come back, eat that shit.
I do like that there is like, I forget that there was just like a segment of kids, especially my age, like around the Percy Jackson thing, that are just like, were fully obsessed with Greek mythology for a significant portion of their life. There's a lot of people in the chat being like, this is my bag. Because they spend a big, like me with Hamilton late in high school, there's a lot of people that were like that with Greek mythology.
I have seen a lot of people say like Percy Jackson is unironically like good shit. It seems
I've heard the books are
so
amazing.
ridiculous, but I've heard that Percy Jackson is definitely worth checking out.
I mean, it's from the same era of like Harry Potter and Hunger Games. Like it's one of those like sagas of just good kind of mythology fantasy books for young adults, children.
No, I'll take all that shit. And I will say, like, my cousin said to me after, he was like, man, like that shit's so cool. They like the American education system kind of wasted or like misused its bullets. I won't say bullets.
Why did we learn about that shit?
Like they wasted it on, I don't know when I would have listened to an adult say, read this fucking thing when there were games on, but I was in college when I was supposed to read the Odyssey, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to this, but I'll sit in on some conversations about it. This seems kind of cool. But like as an adult now, if I had like 3 or 4 friends who were like, hey, we're all reading the Odyssey, get in, loser, I'd be like, that seems fucking fun. I have learned, by the way, through reading Cersei, that like a bunch of my friends are reading all this shit too. They just don't like, the only person, and I'm not saying this derogatorily about you, like the only friend I have who like I know what they're reading and like what they're into and what type of stuff they like to read is you, because like you're maybe more excited about it than they are.
No, we talk like 15 hours a week. That's probably how that comes up.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Like, I'm getting
more time
more
with
like
him than
passion
anybody
off
else
you.
in your life.
These guys are like.
So here's the thing about reading is that when you start reading and you talk about like you have read a certain book or you're reading a book, you find out how many people also read because they're like one of us, and they just tell you that like I've either read that. What'd you think? I'm looking for a recommendation. You find out how many more people are reading in silence.
I love that shit, man. I'll tell you on reading.
Unless somebody is reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, because then they will tell you that shit fucking immediately.
Can I ask what that is? Because since I tweeted yesterday, like, my girlfriend just has a straight up book about Cersei. I'm going to read it. Mm-hmm. And immediately someone was like, what about Dungeon Crawler Carl?
It's like, it's the hot shit right now.
It's the running of reading?
No, it is like now it is the book that like everybody is latching onto right now. It was recommended to me so many times over the course of like the last month and a half that I was like, fine, I'll see what this is about. It is a lot of fun. It is very fucking stupid, but it is a lot of fun. And it basically reads like a video game as far as like where I've gotten so far. I have like halfway through the first Dungeon Crawler Carl in like a week. It's awesome.
Damn. I might tell you on that. Someone said read Song of Achilles. That I already have that primed and ready to go. I'm going to do it as soon as I finish Cersei. That's the same author of Cersei. So I'm ready to fucking go. Sean, we had Grizz content while Pete and I were yapping.
Yeah, I saw.
He's been like chewing on my hand for like 10 minutes, so I finally just picked him up and brought him on my lap for a little bit.
Starting teeth?
Fucked off.
Big boy. We love him.
Yeah.
Doing that teething.
Can we do, go ahead.
No, what were you going to suggest?
I was going to suggest the next topic in the rundown.
Yes, I was going to move on to Tom Brady. Okay? Want to make sure that we hit Tom Brady in this. Sorry. You're not allowed to hit Tom Brady. People, this is the little...
But he can hit.
Like What's
he
that?
can hit at that price
So
point.
he can hit at that
He-
price point.
Yes, he can. People are turning on Tom Brady right now, and that's like people are making noise in my office kind of thing. Like, oh, all right, we're talking about Tom Brady. Let me see what this is. People are turning on Tom Brady right now because I think they've just had enough with how cozy he is with Michael Rubin, or he's
That's
fucking
just
around
end sentence.
with one of the
They just had
Pauls, or there's talk of WWE, and I'm seeing a lot of like, you have enough money, you have enough attention. What's he doing here? There's a video that was making the rounds. Sean, do you have? This is a Fanatics Fest. They're yapping at each other.
Tom Brady and Logan Paul, to be clear, with Karl Anthony Towns standing
With
on
Karl
stage
Anthony
between them.
Towns and Michael Rubin there.
I didn't even notice Rubin there.
It's very wrestling forward. And they were also at the World Cup final. They were like giving each other the finger, and people were really mad about that. And boy, everyone's getting awfully hot about this. I was at the grocery store yesterday, and there was a display that had Tom Brady on it. He was endorsing something. And Sean, could you give it to me? It's a picture of Tom Brady in a soccer jersey, and someone wrote on his face, "Sold my soul," and then "soul seller" on the shirt. And boy, this was in Boston, Massachusetts, or Cambridge, Massachusetts, I should say. And people are really, and I'm hearing like Patriots fans, I'm hearing Boston sports radio. People are really turning on Tom Brady and making fun of him. And my take on this is I disagree with you. Like,
What?
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's not where I thought this was going. Holy
like,
shit.
Explain yourself.
None of you liked Tom Brady because he was cool. Like there's this like Tom Brady is no longer being cool. Like Tom Brady was never being cool. Tom Brady was good to you because he was a bad motherfucker on the football field, and then any other shit that he's doing, I remember people would be like, "Oh, he's got the long hair now, and he's doing this with this model or whatever." And you didn't really care about any of that shit. Who cares about his personal life? You don't know this guy.
Okay, point
you like
received.
him. Hold on. You like him because he's winning you Super Bowls. This shit is just like, I hate when people say, "Why do you care?" But like, why do you care?
Because first to answer the first part, he was cool because he was a badass motherfucker on the field, and like, yeah, he dated Giselle and married Giselle, and like that was everything that you knew about Tom Brady was built around like he's a badass motherfucker on the field, and really everything else around that didn't really matter because you didn't know enough about him. And yeah, like he wasn't necessarily like the coolest dude or like the best hang or like the best interview or whatever, but he didn't do enough to damage or detract from that he was the baddest motherfucker on the field. Now he's no longer playing, and he's doing all of the other shit that he should be way too big for. Like that's why the stocks are tanking right now, is because even after he's done playing, he has the reputation to protect and he has the image to protect. And I think of it like a Tom Cruise type situation where like Tom Cruise probably isn't the coolest dude in the entire world. Realistically, the more you find out about Tom Cruise outside of him being one of like the coolest and generational actors of our time, it kind of brings his image down. But he doesn't do any of that shit and remains a mystery, and he does not remain accessible. The more that Tom Brady does that is lame as hell makes him more accessible and just brings his stocks down. So like all of this stuff that he's doing, he should be too good for.
I mean, he is Kevin Hart now, like full stop. And yeah, maybe you don't want Tom Brady to be Kevin Hart, but I'm seeing this like what happened to Tom Brady or whatever. You're right. Like the math is the reason you really liked him is gone. And
Sorry, I'm sorry. Calling Tom Cruise a generational actor is crazy.
Yeah,
it is
I mean, you can't.
absolutely fucking not.
I don't know if if it was intentional rage bait, but you can't. That's rage bait. Like you can't acknowledge that. That's
And that
insane.
might be somebody who hates Tom Cruise for the other stuff.
Sean, are you saying that it's rage bait for me to say
No,
Tom?
no.
Okay,
no.
okay.
I'm saying I don't know if that comment was intentionally rage bait, but by its very nature is rage bait because that's obviously the same thing. I think that guy's a fucking loser. Like I think anybody that's in Scientology is a fucking loser, and I don't have much time for him. But
Again,
as
these
far
are
as
the
being
things
like
that
a
we shouldn't
generational-
know about. Like,
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
why do you-
Yeah, that's your
And what's Tom Cruise to you, Sean?
the fucking Mission Impossible guy, and
He's the fucking Mission
Top Gun
Impossible guy. What's Tom
the guy that
Brady
does his
to
own
people
stunts.
who love Tom Brady? He's my fucking ticket to a Super Bowl.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
the work, the body of work makes him cool and makes him a goat.
But
the
I
same
wouldn't
applies to Tom Brady.
I wouldn't say that Tom Brady was only cool because he was good, because I don't think anybody assigns like Drew Brees or Peyton Manning that level of like thinking that he's cool. I think part of it too was like his obsession and dedication to winning. Wasn't alive when Michael Jordan was in his prime, so I don't know how much people really knew about what he was getting into outside of basketball in the moment versus what we know after the fact, like him being a gambling addict and all that shit. But like I think the problem with Tom Brady is that he has also lost the thing that he's obsessed with. Like he's got nothing. Like his entire life was football. He was like a psychopath level of obsessed with football and being great at football. Now he's got none of that, and neither do his fans. So now we're seeing what a divorced guy in his 40s gets up to, and it's not fucking cool. Just like every other divorced guy in his 40s. And what I was gonna say too about the Kevin Hart comparison is the difference with Kevin Hart is that Kevin Hart was a fucking entertainer. Like he's always been an entertainer. He's just doing more of that shit. Tom Brady was a cool athlete guy, and now he lost all of that, and now he's just doing cringe shit.
Yeah, I
So I
just
totally get why people care. Not that I do, I guess.
I think that it's just like so below what Tom Brady should be doing in his post-playing days.
Do you think LeBron would do shit like this? Because
Yes,
I
but-
don't.
I mean, like I
I
think LeBron.
The Winnipeg Jet?
Yes. Yes.
I think
Holy
LeBron
fuck,
has
Miami
such a
Heat, by the
thirst
way.
for attention and being culturally relevant that he would do some lame ass shit like this.
But I think
But-
he has a
but I
thirst
also
to be
think-
cool too.
But I also think that he's so image conscious
Yes.
that like the
wouldn't
shit
allow
that
himself to
makes
be- yeah.
the shit that makes LeBron not cool is how much he thinks about his image and how much he tries to like manipulate things to make him cooler. Like I think if Tom Brady was really sitting down and thinking hard about his image and the way that things may reflect on him, he wouldn't be doing this. I think that he's just lost right now and doing anything to kind of stay busy.
Which is weird
Because
because he's never struck me as a like attention whore or whatever you would call that. Like obviously as a player, the Boston fans loved like, oh, Peyton Manning can go do all those commercials and we'll take our guy who just puts in the work and wins. And Tom Brady's coming off as way more of a ham these days than Peyton Manning.
Well, I think it's the Ryan Reynolds effect where he's a brand more than a person, and he's lost like his human element and his relatability by trying to be such a marketable brand.
But then to Sean's point, like I don't know what his human element, and I guess to my initial point, I don't know what his human element was in the first place, because like really it was like this guy is going to beat you at football. He is like so learned and studied and obsessive that I actually do not know what it would be like to grab a beer with him.
But like MJ had the same thing. MJ was such a competitor and such a psychopath, but post-career, MJ stayed largely quiet and is image conscious and still has a very obviously massive brand post-retirement. That like that is the way that I think that Tom Brady like would have done it better.
I will say too, like, I don't know that at least in this particular instance, like, I don't know that I blame Tom Brady because, like, I'm a wrestling fan. If I had the opportunity to be involved in the WWE, I'd probably fucking take it. And also on that stage is a guy that just won the NBA championship. Like, there's ways for athletes to be involved in this stuff without it being lame. And in many instances, it like raises their stock. So I also think that speaks to like how fucking just kind of actually uncool Tom Brady is that like that guy doesn't have any fucking aura. He's lost all of his aura.
He has lost all of his aura.
It's just I don't think like the things he is doing are inherently like they're lame, obviously, especially anything involving a fucking Paul brother. Like it's lame. But like I think there's a factor of who he is as a person and where he is in his life more so than like the environment he's found himself in, I guess, if that makes any sense.
I think it's like the first time since he's retired that Tom Brady just needs a better team. He needs a better team, and he needs people around him that smack his hand when he tries to do a cash grab that he should be above.
I also think he needs something to do, man. Like,
well, yeah, he's divorced.
At the end of the day, he's divorced. Like, what is he doing with his free time?
We all know the divorced guy who just like needs shit to do, and it's like.
Also, an important factor of this is, and I was going to bring this up earlier in terms of like what made him cool as a player. I think part of what made him cool was the fact that he wasn't an athlete. Like he's famously unathletic, and the fact that he still was a killer, I think, made him kind of cool. It's kind of like a Larry Bird kind of thing, where you look at that guy and you're like, that guy's not supposed to be that fucking good, and then he is that fucking good. If this is leading towards him being in a wrestling match with Logan Paul, who, by the way, like people hate him, that guy's a fucking freak athlete. He's very good at doing like the athletic part of being a professional wrestler. Tom Brady is going to look so much worse than he already does because he's not an athletic guy and he's almost 50 fucking years old. Can't imagine he's like fucking ripped to shred, like he's shredded right now, and he's going to be getting into a fucking wrestling ring with a guy who's a significantly better athlete than him, and like he's going to look bad if he does actually wrestle too. And that goes back to all like, I hope him and his team know where this is heading because it's only going to get worse.
Not going to happen. He's not going to do anything where he's like actually at risk of like being physically struck or anything like that. Pete, can you repeat the last thing you said, which was the thing about everyone knows that 40-year-old, that guy who's divorced and who's looking for something to do?
Everyone knows that 40-year-old guy who's divorced and just looking for things to do. Tough. I accidentally had a Jelly Roll jump scare all over the weekend. I was listening to some Shabuzi, and I was getting into a Shabuzi song that I thought was pretty catchy, and then all of a sudden fucking Jelly Roll shows up on the track, and I'm like, God fucking damn it. And of course, his verse sucks. It's terrible.
Gonna do two-step. That is my shit. I'm still listening to that one. On jump scares, how do you feel about the other mommy trailer?
Ooh, scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But I like that stars are doing horror movies. Because I feel like when I was young, they never, like every horror movie was just like, who the fuck is that person? They're a horror movie actor. And now you're getting stars doing it, and it's like,
dude, I'm telling you.
They're treating horror with like actual respect as a genre, and I like it.
Horror is
big time on the upswing.
Having a moment.
People are investing in it. Like good actors are doing shit with it,
and it came from the people that produced Weapons. No,
I think so.
Like,
yeah,
I did see. Christopher Nolan said that he's interested in doing a horror movie.
Oh my god!
And that, like, I want it, but I also don't want it because there is almost a 100% chance that I would shit myself, like literally shit myself in a theater if Christopher Nolan is making a horror movie. Like, if you are making a gigantic horror movie and Christopher Nolan is at the helm, you know that shit is going to be the scariest thing you've ever seen, and I will defecate myself.
This trailer was very big for and we've discussed this before, the idea that horror trailers should not be shown before non-horror movies. Do you want to check in on that? I've always agreed with that. I think that it's not fair, and horror movies do freak some fucking people out. So I'd say be nice. Don't ruin someone's day. Save it for the freaks who want it.
I don't care that much. You're signing up to go see a rated R movie, so you're gonna you get rated R previews. It's fucking what happens. It's a movie. It can't hurt you.
Is the Odyssey rated R?
I would assume so. It's pretty gory at parts.
I would be
I honestly don't-
surprised.
He
honestly
says
don't.
beggar with a hard R, so
R.
I think just for that was
Somebody get these beggars out of here.
that's the most racist sounding, not racist thing anyone's ever said.
It does have a rated R rating for violence and some language. It is
Really?
it's a pretty violent movie, low key. So I don't really care too much, but I didn't have that experience because I didn't see trailers.
Oh,
so I
right.
saw everyone talking about this, and I was like, oh,
Sean hearing
Yeah.
us say this like
Somebody get these beggars out of here.
it's like you watch, you got previews. Gross.
I'll tell you what though, like if you're going to do a horror trailer before, or if you're going to Trojan Horse a horror trailer,
Very nice.
you may as well make it count. And Other Mommy made their trailer count. Like that was a very good horror trailer.
That shit was like a Super Bowl ad in terms of like, it's everyone's talking about it. Everyone I
also-
know who has seen the Odyssey has also discussed that trailer with me.
And it was a good horror trailer in the sense that like it really surprised you. That jump scare was surprising as fuck, and you earn your scare if you do that. I just don't like the cheap ones that are predictable or like serve no real purpose other than to just give you a cheap scare. That was awesome. Big fan.
It took me a few seconds, but I definitely knew before the like reveal that was a horror movie. Because it was just like it was so like cornily cheesy, and I was like, Jessica Chastain is not doing some like God movie.
I don't know.
Like it bordered on like it was like a respectfully like a Christian movie or something. It was so saccharine.
I just wasn't paying attention enough to have any thoughts about it before that happened, and it scared the shit out of me when I was half paying attention and I saw that. But I have no problems with that trailer. Just like number one, I don't really have too much of a problem with horror movies, and I have no problem with how effective that was.
Oh yeah. But I think that all of us we can do horror movies. I'm thinking for the folks out there who are like hard will not do horror. I don't like that shit. Freaks me out, makes me feel bad or whatever. I don't like slipping that in for people who aren't suspecting it.
I don't care. Like if you don't like horror movies, because I won't do haunted houses. Well, I think there's a distinct difference between haunted houses and horror movies because horror movies can't fucking touch you. But you're allowed to like what you want. But I also like,
It's just big.
you
Like
got
I didn't
scared.
sign up for this type of thing.
you kind of did though. You went to a movie and you know you don't
saw
have control over the
a trailer for a
previews.
movie. It wasn't like a scare that was for nothing. It wasn't like AMC theaters doing a jump scare to promote fucking the A-list pass.
Or like
it
when
was
the
for a fucking
popcorn
movie.
explodes, when the popcorn explodes in the old videos where they're like turn off your phones. That shit was an unnecessary jump scare for me. Sometimes I hated that.
I gotta say, I need AMC to switch things up. I'm so sick of that montage.
The Coca-Cola one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so sick
yeah.
of that. The one where like they're driving and then they're like break dance battling and then they have like the romance.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so
yes,
sick
that's so-
of
so
that
better
fucking
than
thing.
The fucking
Ba,
the music in it is burnt into my
so
head. That's one
sick of
thing
that.
I do kind of wish I had gotten a little more of a, because I've never been to a Cinemark before, so I wish I had gotten a little bit more of like what a Cinemark movie experience is like. But all I got was Dune and IMAX 7mm preview instead.
Sean, what we got from PLL this weekend? Chris Kreider
I mean,
hitting up a game.
Yeah, Chris Kreider was there. It was Indigenous Heritage Week. Rob Pennell set the all-time points record, going back to like the MLL days. I think he needed 4 points, had 6 instead.
Paul Rabel was previously the record holder there, right?
Was the previous record holder.
That's
one
like-
of like
That's
the,
like
George
Alex
Washington of-
Ovechkin setting the goals record and beating Gary Bettman.
Yeah.
yeah, quite literally. Yeah, no, in many ways it is. But yeah, I mean, it was the Indigenous Heritage jerseys were like the highlight of the week for me. Well, first off,
Yeah.
here's Crides.
You're kind of getting a fit
Big
off.
last guy.
Yeah.
Kind of getting a fit off.
Liking
It was
that
a little
hat.
rainy. I do like the burnt orange hat. It was very nice. But
He looks like a titan there. Like he looks fucking huge.
Big
He
Titan
is
guy
a
now?
big guy. Looks pretty big there, specifically in that picture on the left.
Yeah, he does. Force perspective, hot in the streets right now.
Big
Yeah.
time.
Shout out Matt Damon's 5-foot female stunt double.
I said to people before the show, I'm like, man, you that kind of breaking your heart. They needed a small Matt Damon and
A small Matt Damon with defined arms too.
yes,
Yeah.
with arms.
We are talking Pete Blackburn.
Yeah,
They didn't want to. They didn't want to CGI out my tattoos.
Yeah, a lot of work.
That no CGI would
no,
have ruined
no,
it.
that's right. That's it.
Would have ruined it.
I was gonna say you should say they went woke and went with a woman, and you should tweet that. Just
Yeah, for
see-
sure.
See what people do with it.
But the indigenous heritage jerseys were the fucking highlight of the week for me because these shits were sick. The Redwoods one, I love the Redwoods jerseys in normally because they got like the wood kind of pattern on it. But
wood
as a
forward.
Buffalo guy, I liked the Buffalo on the Denver Outlaws jersey and obviously the Chaos.
Yeah.
Shit always rocks for me, and I love the Scorpion.
I thought Chaos had the best one of them.
Scorpion forward.
Yeah.
Wait, are there two like bison type
Shout out-
jerseys there?
Hook. Shout out Glenn
No.
Close.
What's the second to the right or bottom second to the right? Or I guess second from the
Right.
right.
Second from this is the
Yukon.
New York team.
Is that not a bison?
No, theirs is a bull.
Okay.
It's one's because like the Outlaws don't have their logo is normally more of like a barbed wire thing. So they just kind of went with a buffalo, kind of representing the West, the Denver, blah blah blah. And then the other one is the New York Atlas, where their logo is actually normally a bull type of thing with horns.
Man,
These are good.
those are good.
And they're
Very
from
good.
indigenous artists who
Yes,
designed
yes,
them.
yes.
And that's very, very cool.
yeah.
I know I already have a Joey Spallina jersey waiting for me, but I kind of want another Joey Spallina heritage jersey. I also found out when I was looking up Pennell's record and history, because his points record goes back to the Major League Lacrosse when he was with, I believe, the New York Lizards. Joey Spallina's dad was one of his coaches.
New York Lizards?
That's a choice.
Yes.
Being
no,
like,
no,
we're
there's-
just lizards.
No, I got into the history of it. So originally they were the Hampstead, the Long Island Lizards. They played in Hampstead, New York. Apparently, Italian immigrants, when they moved to New York, had brought over these Italian wall lizards, I think they were called.
Stop
and
whining.
Then they became kind of like an invasive species on Long Island. And so there's like these lizards in New York that are not native there, but they now have populated the area, and they named the team after them.
Call them the wall lizards.
That would have been cool.
That at
I
least
agree.
makes you go, what's that?
Maybe that's why the PLL beat out the MLL. But I bring it all up to say that I believe Joey Spallina's dad, Joe Spallina, was Rob's coach at one point, and now they play together. So that's a fun I don't know, through line, I guess. Shout out RP3 though.
Chat says to talk more WNBA. You might want to go to season 1 for that. Sean and I were like pretty steady with the WNBA chat. I think jumping back in at the height of a culture war would actually feel very what chaos.
My problem with the WNBA is that like it's so hard to talk about them because the league is run so fucking terribly, and I hate jumping on the league and just being like, look at all this shit that fucking sucks, because a lot of it does suck right now, and it's unfortunate. Obviously, there's amazing talent in the WNBA, and all the culture war shit is largely bullshit. But I don't know. There's a lot of shit in the WNBA sometimes.
Yeah. The thing about the WNBA was that like it finally kind of popped and started growing in popularity, and then it just immediately started eating itself.
A little.
And I was like, what?
Others were eating it too. Like it's definitely not all on the WNBA. Like there was a lot of outside actors making it shit that I don't think the players or the league had any interest in making it. But there's also like Kathy Engelbert, the worst commissioner in pro sports history. Like there's problems with that league. So
I saw some shit the other day. It was like a side by side. It was like, I think it was like a KKK person and with like a similar image, and like Caitlin Clark was, and I was like, Is there shit I don't know about Caitlin Clark? Like, is Caitlin Clark?
He doesn't get the Discord, the
discourse,
Odyssey discourse on his timeline because it's full of KKK stuff.
No, because the
not
WNBA
right
stuff
when
I'm seeing is people saying that like Caitlin Clark is like a fucking
it's like the lids going too far. Caitlin Clark.
It was like a historical photo of like something racist, and then like Caitlin Clark next to it on the court, and it being like same thing. I'm like, what the fuck? What happened?
If we want to talk about fucked up shit involving Caitlin Clark, we could talk about the weird fucking AI cover of 2K that she's on.
Yes.
What the fuck's going on there, 2K?
Chat. Yeah, that's confirmed, because I did ask that in the chat. I was like, is this AI? Because I don't know like exactly what Caitlin Clark looks like, but I know that that's not her face.
I don't know that it's AI, but I do think that we are in a point with AI that you need to be conscious of whether or not your stuff looks like AI, whether or not, even if it's
yes,
not.
agree.
And that picture looks some kind of fucked up. And I don't think, like you said, it just didn't. I think sometimes when you get pictures and you heavily edit them and they're at different angles, things just kind of look a little weird. They can look a little different. But again, you got to be conscious of that. You got like the biggest star, the biggest character in the history of women's basketball. With respect to all the women that came before her on the cover of your video game. Make sure it looks like her. Make her face a little more. That's the other thing. They've gotten real boring with video game covers. It's just pictures of them now.
Like, I mean, not even like that. It's just pictures of them, because previously in years past, that like even when we were growing up, like NHL 2002 was just like a picture, but at least like they had a defined style and had design elements to it. Now it just seems like a half-baked cover poster. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're all so similar. Like, at least I respect Madden for doing like the Saquon hurdle. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, that was cool. That was
a lot of these other ones are just boring as hell.
Yeah, I agree. Shout out to PLL though. That shit does rot. No problems there.
Sean, can I give you a live update of sports right now? Your Boston Red Sox are
the hottest team in baseball,
applying belt to derriere of the Baltimore Orioles.
They're
right
not
now.
the hottest team in baseball.
4-1.
They are the hottest team in sports.
Pro sports? Fucking yeah, they are.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Rocks. And I remember a time where I was getting shit on for even wanting to watch my team play baseball in person.
Stop whining.
I mean, I'm absolutely for it, of course, but I'm not going to get too invested, because this team is equally as capable as losing like 14 straight after this.
And there's just so many guys on the Red Sox. I look at that roster and I'm like, this team, like this guy fucking sucks. Like, I don't want to name names, but there's one guy in particular. I'm like, that guy's still fucking there.
You can say,
I'll name names. Chapman? Is his name Jaron Duran?
It's Jaron
because I want
Duran.
that guy. I've wanted that guy off my team for half a fucking decade. And every summer they're like, this guy's probably going to get traded this time. Or they get the deadline. It's like, oh, Jaron Duran, his name's getting tossed around. And instead, they keep him around. I will say, when I was at Sox Mets, I did hear some tennis racket comments getting thrown his way, which I think is completely above board.
Tennis racket
to Jaron Duran?
Yeah.
What's tennis racket?
Oh, you don't know?
No.
That's the whole homophobic slur thing. Was a response to someone telling him that he needs a tennis racket because he can't hit.
Oh, I mean,
so
that's a good chirp.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then he said,
dude.
Yeah.
I hammer him with that shit all day until he
100%
fixes his brain and stops responding with homophobia.
Did you see
I agree.
The recent Jaron Duran controversy that somebody posted that he like big timed our good friend of the show, Tyler Milliken, was like horrible to Tyler Milliken.
Really?
Yeah. And like called him like a fat slob or something. Like, fuck Jaron Duran.
Dude,
you come from Milliken, you come
anybody
for
with
us.
Any sort of mental health shit and, hurt people, hurt people, et cetera, et cetera. If you're an asshole to Tyler Milliken, that is the loudest, and brightest flashing lights and sirens being like, something is wrong. Something's wrong, dude. Who's an asshole to Tyler Milliken? Even when
I
people
don't
are
know anything
jokingly
about
on like
Tyler.
on Section 10, if people are like razz on Tyler Milliken, I'm like, he's the best one,
It's
right?
it's big time. Like as somebody who was on that show, it's big time. Like we're allowed to make fun of Tyler, but you aren't because we're doing it from a good place and we like Tyler. If you're like giving Tyler shit and you're being mean about it, straight to hell. Tyler Milliken, the GOAT.
Yeah, Tyler Milliken's like one of the only good things in this world. Who's going to be mean to Tyler Milliken? Jaron Duran.
I don't know anything about
Get
Tyler
your shit
Milliken.
together as a Kansas
I'm
City
sure-
Royal.
Please. Go,
Get ready to
please
learn
go the
Andrew
way of Andrew
Benintendi.
Benintendi. Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yes, same thing.
Send that
That's
motherfucker to Kansas City. Get
Yes,
out of
that's-
here. He's
Wait, you
peaked.
think I just pulled Kansas City out randomly?
He's peaked. It's over. Sell him while he's not as low as he's gonna get because he already missed the peak of Jaron Duran.
Yeah.
God damn it, Craig Breslow.
Okay. Well, they're in the 5-1.
Dude,
5-1.
And
Boston Red Sox.
Garrett Crochet can't play, and Garrett Crochet is now in a situation where he's going to miss so many games that he loses the player option at the end of his contract. So the Sox are just going to get another year of him. Fucking hell yeah. That's how you learn from Chris Sale. You don't let that motherfucker just get paid to not play.
Can I jump on a little? They're still in the bottom of the third. There's 2 out. They got a guy on second. Who's batting?
Live baseball updates on my Greek mythology podcast.
Sorry, the inning is over. I was definitely gonna do. I don't know if they still have it, but whatever the like Gamecast thing is, where they like it's a picture of a guy in a strike zone. That's like ball.
Yeah.
You're like fuck yeah. Okay, cool.
I was going to bring this up earlier, by the way, when we were talking about the contracts, and at one point Pete said you guys are getting buku bucks. For anybody that's listening to the show that are not baseball
for any
fans,
biddy out there.
Go look at baseball contracts. They are the most insane shit of all time.
Worse than NBA?
I mean, Juan Soto's making $50 million a year.
I've got a quick little update on today's Red Sox Orioles game. Jaron Duran has 3 RBI. Guy is
finally a good game for Jaron Duran.
still batting 193.
Dude,
Booty
he
cheeks.
sucks. Oh my god, get him off my team.
Dude, his name is Rio.
He's just a douche.
I mean,
And not good at anything in particular. Honestly, he's not a good baseball player, and I knew it. The year he became an all-star. I was begging people to sell while you can because it's obvious where this is going. It's only going to get worse. He was a bad player who had a good year, and now he's a bad player again.
Trade him?
Or launch him, fucking DFA him. I don't care. Anything that involves him not playing in a Pawtucket Red Sox jersey, or sorry, RIP, Woo Sox jersey, that's fine with me. He can wear a Red Sox jersey, just can't be a Boston Red Sox jersey.
Okay, I'm down with that. I'm trying to do some calculations right now on because I want to do a sports interaction. Yeah, I think this might be it. All right. Plus 1.5.
I do have to say, I didn't disclose prior to the show that I have a haircut at 3 p.m. because I didn't think we'd even come close to touching that. So
Yeah.
I do need to get going soon.
Okay, I'll do a sports interaction. It's brought to you by Sports Interaction Sportsbook and Casino. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. Bet the action on every period, every shift, every shot with Canada's homegrown sportsbook, Sports Interaction. Ontario only 18 plus. Please play responsibly. The Boston Red Sox will host the Baltimore Orioles in the nightcap of a doubleheader tonight at Fenway Park. This would be, if they can win today, they'd be going for 16 in a row. Very good.
I love the Boston Red Sox.
That's
so
ridiculous.
Cool.
That's your
so
problem.
cool, dude. That rocks. They were
Let me
so
get
bad.
these beggars out of here.
Terrible.
The rest of the AL East.
All right. The money line is minus 143. If Red Sox minus 1.5 is plus 145. Sean, you know who's on the mound?
No, it's TBD. I'm guessing we might end up with a little bit of a bullpen situation, considering that it's TBD, but I don't know.
Well, Josh Bennett or Jay Bennett or whatever his name is through 3 tidily today, so maybe he can preserve a bunch of those arms. But what would you go? Would you go money line or would you go minus 1.5? You get positive
I mean,
money, but 143
Sox have
famously is what people used to say online to say I love you. And if you love the Red Sox, then money line at minus 143 might be it.
Well, I mean, I like the poetic nature of that, so that's fine with me. Otherwise, I would say Sox are hot. You might as well just take minus 1.5.
Okay, every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. From puck drop to overtime, bet with live odds on every play with easy deposits and payouts. Go to sportsinteraction.com/whatchaos to open an account. Ontario only 19 plus. Please play responsibly.
Yankees also losing, by the way, in a doubleheader as well, and they're losing to the Pirates.
Fuck yeah. Before we get to Super Chats, we do have a Tom Cruise update. A Days of Thunder sequel is happening, and Tom Cruise is returning to star.
Damn. Just
Look
a
at
young
that.
gun. Also,
They need to make
a
a
Jennifer's
Tropic Thunder
Body
too.
sequel is happening. Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried still returning. Did you see Jennifer's Body?
No, but is Megan Fox Jennifer?
Yeah. It's about
Jennifer's
her
body
body.
has changed quite a bit.
that's they're gonna do like it's gonna be one of those like shitty things they do in sequels where they're like, oh man, everything's so different now, huh? We have iPads, huh? Jennifer, your body's so different. You're old. You've had surgery.
That'd be so funny if Jennifer's Body 2 was just all about how Megan Fox's body has changed.
Yeah, it's a different body.
We're like, whoa, those are new.
Now, Jennifer gets sacrificed in the beginning of it by a band that's trying to make it big, and she turns into a succubus. She eats Amanda Seyfried's boyfriend, among other guys. Megan Dane spoilers. All right, let's get to some super chats.
Suck a bus. What is this, Zeus?
Yeah, very good. Speaking of bus, congratulations to the happy couple. Brandon Bussey married with a Chipotle deal. Guy's got everything. Nanyeo Sharks fan says, hi, Pete. Second screw fell out of my chair today. Last was 3 months ago. I don't know how much longer I have left. Please forward all my super chats towards the Pete's Chair Relief Fund. I was doing a little chair shopping yesterday. I was looking at some stuff. We're going to get chairs, okay? Paolo J. Mitchell says, Kane signed a 5-year after his rookie deal. Yes, very good contribution to our contract chat earlier. Aaliyah says, I'm in an all-day work meeting, but I would like to say I love life and happy birthday, Jason Robertson. Yes, everything is good with you, Aaliyah, for at least until January. Load-bearing wokeness says Pat McAfee dropping an album so Gracie Abrams won't have the worst release of the year. Hashtag feminism. I have not listened to that album, but boy, oh boy,
either,
everyone
but
has
that's
decided
hilarious.
it's okay to say that shit sucks.
Really?
Yeah, everyone's being super mean to Gracie Abrams. I don't know much about her, but I know that she says it's okay to call me a Nepo baby, and everyone's like, cool, well, you suck.
Quick shout out to Holly Humberstone. I'm a Humberstone head now.
Nice.
Over the weekend.
Yep.
Dipped my toes into that water. She's cool as fuck.
Yep, Holly Humberstone and Blanco Brown are the new artists for the What Chaos universe. Ender Tamer says, the main thing that makes relying on internal growth now opposed to past years is that we have tangible evidence of growth this time regarding Benson, Hellenius showing out in the playoffs. Agree. Stephanie Mills says, the Kings make me sad too. Hell yeah.
I didn't say they made me sad. I guess I might have, but
Pete did.
it's not. It's okay. I was gonna say it's not
say that.
sadness.
Yeah,
It's-
you did. You said Kings make me sad.
I think I said that they make me sad, but I didn't mean sad. I mean that they are sad, and I think that's funny.
Shout out Penelope.
Yeah.
Just being sad.
She's sad. Renee, she's so sad that she doesn't say half of the words she's supposed to say. Renee says, Sean, you can't kill what is already dead. There you go. Maybe you did say some shit about the Kings.
I did. I definitely did, yeah.
Stephanie Mills said Sean said it.
Oh, okay. Gabi, I remember you said, I said something about the Kings, and maybe you didn't say they make me sad, but you were like, I can't get excited about the Kings. You said something, and I was like,
And then I said,
and I
Matt
agreed with the
Zuccarello.
sentiment. Yeah. Gabi says, it has been an age since I've been able to join. I feel like I've missed so much. Are Baby and Grizz still enemies? Is Puppy's name still Grizz? When did DJ grow this goatee? Hi, everyone. Do I have a goatee?
No, you do not.
Okay.
I would not allow that.
Yeah.
Grizz still the name. Baby and Grizz, I would say, are getting along fine now. I think they are a little more friendly with each other. They don't attack.
Nice. Puck Guy 14 says, are there any info updates for the Sharks? We're going nuts for gums. Thought of ideas overnight last night. No, I've seen what this looks like, and I know what the jersey looks like. I've shared what I am comfortable sharing. The renderings that are out there do not look like what the jersey looks like, especially the sleeves and everything. Those are not what it looks like, but in due time, we will all see. Nathan McKinnon Shark candidacy says, Evan Purpley Blouchard. Very good. Did anyone say Amy Chloe Blouchard? Or no, you have to have purpley blue in there. Agatha says Sean Avery in Odyssey, son, or Hughes brothers with Jessica Alba, daughter. Look, I don't really care about Sean Avery, but Sean Avery was a good, I don't want to say like he was great or anything because he didn't have a lot of lines, but Sean Avery was a useful piece of the Odyssey, and I'm
Threw
still
the hell out of that rock.
I'm still coming to grips with it.
I was thinking this, by the way, this morning.
Ate the hell out of that stew.
I saw the original clip of guys on Howard Stern doing 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, and I wonder how far you could get with that with Sean Avery at this point. Because I feel
as long as you can
especially
get,
now that he's been in this movie.
As long as you can get to someone in the Christopher Nolan universe, you're good.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think we could do it. Altec says Batman and Robin is my favorite Batman movie. Hell yeah. I'm going to tap in. Soap Cilantro says, DJ, you've got to get a Letterboxd. I have one, but I don't use it. It just, I have an aversion to it. It makes me feel weird, but maybe I can get over it. A lot of better people than me can use it.
I feel like you have an aversion to the way that it's improperly, or I guess like a way that it's used.
I did see June Lee is doing stuff with a sports Letterboxd, and that I could fuck with.
I tried that one time.
It is really?
Hatterboxd.
Oh yeah. It is a, like, when you watch a game, you log it and say, it's like, it would be sick if I, like, on mine, it's like Oilers, like 4, Senators 3, and you're like, that seems pretty inconsequential. And then you look, and I gave it like 5 stars. Jake Wallman scored the winner and made his head crazy. It would be amazing to scroll back through that at the end of a season. Yeah, Sean?
That just reminded me, shout out / RIP Greta Edmonton, because it's getting closed down. And yes, it is shutting down, unfortunately, making me very sad. I love a good arcade. I want a Thor doll. I won the Thor doll.
It's because it snowed when we were doing our event there, so it didn't get enough business.
But that reminded me, because if I were to have a sports Letterboxd, that would have been the game, and Greta would have been the location where I fell in love with Olivier Rodrigue, and I learned that Troy Stetcher is a forward.
Yes.
Like, that game is so, and then they get their shit rocked by the Seattle Kraken of all teams. Like, that game would have been one of those games in Sporter Box, or whatever you want to call it, that would have been a very inconsequential game that ended up being very important to me.
Got Fridged said, mad there was no Kratos cameo. I'm joking. Oh, fuck.
I'm joking.
There we go. Nathan McKinnon, Shark Candidacy, said, watch the show Chaos. Maybe.
Right now.
Yeah, we are. Matt Friender Foe says, The Song of Achilles is a fantastic book, but reading a story about gay guy who keeps making the same mistakes over and over until it dooms him hits a little close to home. Non-Yeo Sharks fan says, so have you all seen Hereditary? Still disgusted that Toni Collette was robbed of an Oscar to this day. I still have not seen it out of being too scared of it. And
so awesome.
Yeah, and I've seen... I would say I've seen so many movies that have come out since Hereditary, and like around
you saw
Hereditary,
Midsommar, right?
A million times.
Yeah. I mean, if you can handle Midsommar, you can handle Hereditary.
Okay, so I was told that Hereditary is like a million levels crazier and would fuck with me.
No, I mean, it's definitely like, it's, I would say, a little bit more of a classic horror, but the scene of the old people over the cliff in Midsommar, I think is way more visceral than anything you see in like, if that's your concern, then I think I definitely would be able to handle Hereditary more than Midsommar.
Okay,
Midsommar's way more disturbing to me.
Stephanie Mills with a juicy one. The GOAT says, missed last week in back-to-back meetings, so very late birthday wishes, but hope you had a great day, Sean. Amazing. Sean's had his birthday week been good, Sean, or post-birthday week?
Largely uneventful. Like I said, I kind of hate my birthday, but I appreciate the well wishes.
Chad is saying, you got to leave, Pete. And I said, I know.
I know, you're right. Don't be late for a haircut.
Yeah.
I'm sorry we've...
I appreciate it, but I also did see chats recommending Muna to me, and I've been on the Muna train for a little bit. I'm seeing Muna this fall for the second time.
I've phased out of Muna. The ride up was good. I haven't enjoyed it as much.
I was excited about them for a little while, and they've kind of plateaued a bit, but I still enjoy them, and I'm seeing them with Carly Rae Jepsen in September. I'm very excited
where
about
is
that. It's at All Things Go, the music festival in New York.
Oh, cool. That's fun.
The chat is starting to make me anxious because the chat is so anxious, and you are now very relaxed about this deadline, and it's starting to make me anxious.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm going to be late regardless, so, like, what's a few more minutes? But, yeah, I got to go.
All right. No, well, we can go now. We're done with Super Chats?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to What Chaos here on YouTube. You will get everything, daily episodes, player interviews, and so much more. It's all here on the What Chaos YouTube. Hit subscribe.